Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are, whatever time it is, whatever continent you're on. Tottenham are playing. It's what we live for, isn't it? Tottenham Hotspur are playing. And as you probably saw from the show earlier, I've got no interest in all this the league doesn't matter nonsense. No. Sorry, what a small, weak-minded mentality that is. I'm not doing any of this. Oh, but the league's done. No. We should be saying, hang on. We're 16th in the Premier League. We need to win to get as high up the Premier League as possible. That's what we should be saying. None of this, oh, it doesn't matter. We're in a semi-final. Of course it matters. Pride. Fans. What about those fans that have paid their money all year to follow this team? I think they're crazy. But they've followed all year. They've paid for their season tickets. You can't just write games off that people have already paid for. No. For me, Tottenham, I want to see some sort of performance here. I want to see Tottenham Hotspur show us that they didn't just get up for the game the other night because it was a semi-final. These are the games you've got to be winning. We should not be looking at teams at home and saying, oh, we're not going to win today. Don't worry. Let's just put out loads of kids. Sorry, I am not having it. I don't care. However, some of you may feel very differently. Good evening to each and every one of you. Hope you are well. How are we doing? Hang on, Burnley. Sorry, I've got the Burnley game on. Spurs team news in about 4 minutes. I've got Burnley versus Sheffield United on. As it stands, Burnley are 2-1 up, and at the moment, Scott Parker and Burnley are getting promoted along with Leeds. So if the score stays like this, Burnley and Leeds will both get promoted tonight to the Premiership. And at the moment, they're doing enough. It's only 2-1 though. Guys, girls, I want to beat Nottingham Forest. Isn't it funny that when I say, no, let's win the league games, I've got people going, they don't matter. When I say I want the manager out, I'm negative. I can't win. I don't know what to say anymore to please the Tottenham fans. I don't know what to say. But hey, please vote. We have got a poll. I've seen Donnelly's goal. I've never seen a young player on loan get so much praise. It's unreal. Listen, fair play to him. He scored, 8-9 league goals? But the posts going around about this guy, you would think he was Paul Gascoigne. This could just be his level. I don't know. I heard that he was going to be an important part this season and he's out on loan. I don't know where he fits in at Tottenham if we're going to be brutally honest. Burnley are on a break here, by the way. This could be number 3. They're still going. The ball's gone out to Marcus Edwards. He's cut in. He's laid it off. Shot blocked. The team news will be out in about 3 minutes' time. I'm sure it normally goes out about 1:45. In the meantime, please smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed, then why on earth not? And if you haven't voted, then please vote. The question is nice and simple. It is who will win the game tonight. And Spurs at 30, floating around at the moment as the numbers go up, about 36%, draw at 19, Nottingham Forest at 45%. Lots of people thinking that Nottingham Forest are going to come to White Hart Lane and beat us. I will give you my score prediction, depending on the team news, in just a few minutes. Depending on what that silly sausage Ange has done, I will give you my team news. Kingdom of Boxing Round 13 kickoff is at 8 p.m. Team news is very, very shortly. So absolutely every game of football matters. Absolutely the most important match has always been the next one. I feel like everyone's talking as though Spurs are playing Bodo Glimt like tomorrow or something, or Wednesday. It just feels very, very strange. We're talking as though a semi-final that's 10 days away. We're talking as though, rest everyone, wrap them in cotton wool. Don't worry about the league. I'm going to show you why we should worry about the league. I'm going to show you, right? This is why Tottenham Hotspur should be worrying about the league. I won't be able to bring it on because of the background. Tottenham Hotspur currently sit 16th in the Premier League, and only West Ham are between us and the relegated teams. We've won one of our last 6 league games, and we've got people saying the league doesn't matter. When did we become this crappy club that people think league games don't matter? We're not. We're Tottenham Hotspur. We are Tottenham bloody Hotspur. I'm going to say it again. Hey, just my opinion. Just waiting for the team news. Still haven't seen it yet. It's going to be out literally. It should be out about now. It's 2:15. I'm going to refresh. I'm going to see at the moment. It's just a video of the players arriving. I'm refreshing. Somebody normally puts it. Somebody normally puts it in a group or something as soon as the team news is out. Let's have a look. Premier League tonight. Let's have a look if that has got the lineups. The Tottenham team is out. The Tottenham team is out, and he has gone strong. He has. Fair play to him. He has gone strong. No excuses tonight. I believe if this is correct, right, then the team news is Vicario in goal, Porro, Romero, Van de Ven, Udogie, Bergvall, Bentancur, Basuma, Johnson, Solanke, Tell. If that is correct, then fair play to him. He's picked the right team. Now, has he picked the right tactics? I will let you know whether that's 100% correct. 1 second. Let me just get off the Spurs. The Spurs team, absolutely. Vicario, Porro, Romero, Van de Ven, Spence, Sarr, Bentancur. No, hang on. This is wrong. The flash score's got it wrong. So, Tottenham have gone Vicario, Porro, Romero, Van de Ven, Spence, Sarr, Bentancur, Kulu, Odegaard, Richarlison, Tell. Okay, so if anyone needs that again, that is Vicario in goal, Pedro Porro, Romero, Van de Ven, and Spence, Sarr, Bentancur, Kulu, Odegaard, Richarlison, and Tell. No excuses. No excuses. No excuses at all. That team is more than good enough to be winning games. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. I'm just putting in my group. Strong team. Strong team. No excuses. So for me, what this is tonight, this is all going to be about. Hang on. Sorry, your team was wrong. What do you mean? I've just read out the team from the official website. I've just read out the team from the official website. There is no excuses. Let's see, what does he do tonight? Is he going to go gung-ho, or is he going to go and be sensible? The bench tonight is Kinski, Davis, Danso, Gray, Basuma, Bergvall, Maddison, Johnson, Solanke. So for me, he's made a couple of changes for sure, but for me, more than good enough. Spence coming in for Udogie. I've got no problem with that. I think Spence is better than Udogie anyway. Sarr has come in for Bergvall. Fine. Okay. No problem. One midfielder for another. Kulu for Maddison, who we know had the slight injury. And then you've got Richarlison and Odegaard coming in for Brennan Johnson and Solanke. For me, I don't think this has weakened the team. I think Tottenham Hotspur should have no excuses for tonight. TC Barton said the worst attack I've seen for Spurs, I think. Listen, people want to rave about Odegaard. People want to rave, not you, but people rave about Odegaard. People rave about Tell. Let's see it then. Let's see it tonight. No excuses. What we can't be doing, we can't be getting ourselves up for European games, but then not up for Premier League games. I'm going to read you the Nottingham Forest lineup. It looks like to me that it sells Murillo, Williams. Hang on. Let me get this right. Hang on. Let me just double check this. Let's see if Flash Score have changed their team. Right. Okay. So they have gone with Sells, a back four of Milenkovic, Murillo, Williams, and I'm guessing Toffolo. The midfield will be Gibbs-White, Dominguez, and Danilo, and Anderson with Chris Wood and Gibbs. Oh, hang on. I wish they I'll get it to you in a minute when I can see it fully. I'll get it to you in a minute when I can see it fully. Listen, no excuses. Adogi not in the squad, weirdly. Maybe a little knock, maybe a knock, but Ash, for me, they've got no excuses. You know, this squad now, other than Son, no one is injured. Dragoshin. Other than Son, no one is injured. So for me, I want to see a good performance tonight. Show us something. Here we go. We're going to get Pete on for a little bit. So here's the Forest team. So I wish they'd put it in order. So Sells is in goal. Nico Williams at right back. Murillo and Milenkovic at centre back with Toffolo at left back. A midfield of Anderson, Dominguez, and Danilo with Alanga, Gibbs-White, and Chris Wood. On the bench tonight is Marato, Sangare, Awonyi, Hudson-Odoi, Moreno, Yates, Sosa, and Abbott. So for me, thank you, Ash, for sending that through to me, mate. Thank you. My apps are going crazy. Mikey Moore, nowhere to be seen. Didn't think he would, but hey, everyone thought he was going to be part of the team that played. We all know the answer now. Rich's man is saying Anderson is very good. Finn Rickwood saying the creativity is a thing I'm concerned about. Looking at that lineup, well, you've got Tell and Odebert down the wings, I'm told are brilliant. And you've got Kulusevski, who I'm told is brilliant as a playmaker. So that's where your creativity is coming from, my friend. Search Surfer said, what a game on the cards. 4-goal thriller, but 2 each, I'm afraid. Look, I'll say this again. I'm interested to see how do they line up. And I don't mean the 11. We know the 11. What is the tactics? Sorry, that is terrible grammar. What are the tactics going to be for tonight's game? Are we going to see a kind of hybrid? Are we going to see a hybrid between gung-ho and what we did Thursday? Are we just going to go straight back to gung-ho, leaving gaps? Because if we do that, I'm going to be really, really, really peed off. No point doing things like on Thursday night if we can't translate that to the Premier League. So let's talk about it. Archie Gray can't get a game. Since all the players have come back, Archie Gray cannot get a game of football. He can't get a game of football, can he? Let's have a look at the poll. Let's see how confident the Spurs fans are. It's neck and neck. It's 40% Tottenham, 40% Forest, 20% draw. Only 176 votes. Let's get that up. And guys and girls, come on. 90 likes. There's over 330 of you in here. 90 likes. No subscribers. What are we doing? What are we doing? Come on, people. Ben Darman has said, you expect me to be shocked or surprised that Graham can't get a game? Okay, I'm just going by all those that told me he was brilliant and worth the money at 40 million in the summer. That's all I'm going by. Let's have a look. At the moment, he is behind Bentancur, Sarr, Basuma, Bergval, Madison, Kulu. I mean, he's 7th choice. We spent 40 million, 20, whatever it is, between 25 and 40 million of our budget on Archie Gray and not knocking him. He can't get a game. He can he get a game? So it is what it is. Will we ever see Archie Gray start a game for Tottenham again? Who knows? Ash is glad. He's glad that Archie Gray isn't in midfield. Let me get to some of your comments. If you really want a comment read out, now's the time. Put it in. But first and foremost, you tight gits. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. We are working our way towards 17,500. So please, let's get that subscribe button smashed. The link to subscribe, let me whack it in the chat for you. Here we go. Football Heritage TV. There it is. Boom, boom, boom. Chat publicly. Yeah, let me paste that in as me and then pin that message as me. There we go. It is pinned. Let's see who's in the chat. Good evening to each and every one of you. Where are we? Good evening to Cookie. If you want to come on, Mark, you've got the link. You've got it. Feel free to come on, mate. Feel free to come on if you want to, mate. Back to factory settings. Back to factory settings, said It's My Face. Well, this is the big thing for me. We can talk all day long about, oh my God, look how flexible he was in Germany. Great. Okay. So now we're playing a team that are fighting for Champions League in the Premier League. Let's see what we do against them. Let's see. Fair play. If we are better today, fair play. I can't knock his team selection. I think it's strong enough. I think it makes sense. We know Maddison wasn't going to play. Kulu comes in. Spence for a Dogie. Sure, no problem with that. Right? Odegaard for Johnson. Well, I think Johnson's pony, so I've got no problem with that. Solanke's not really done a lot, so Richarlison coming in. No problem with that. Aiden has said, why play Van der Ven? Big risk. Because he's our player. I'm sorry, we've got to stop doing this thing where we want to wrap up Mickey Van der Ven in cotton wool. We've got to stop doing this. We've got to stop doing it. Hang on. Sorry. We've got to stop doing this. Yeah. If players get injured, they get injured. That's life. But we can't sit around and not pick our team in the Premier League because we're worried that one player is going to get injured. Crazy. Gray is a 40 million backup, a right back. Yeah. At the moment, yeah. He's a backup. He's a utility player, isn't he? Come on, you Spurs, said Ashvin. 2-1 today. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win as well. I'm going to follow you. I don't think there's any excuses tonight. I don't think there's anyone not playing tonight other than maybe Maddison where I say, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're not playing. I think Solanke's been utterly pony for a very long time. I can't remember the last time he scored a goal in open play. Who else? Son, we know he's injured. So for me, is anyone surprised by that team? Is anyone thinking it's crazy? John Thompson, I think we're going to win tonight. I'm in complete agreement with Paul tonight. I'm in complete agreement. I know Paul doesn't think I support Tottenham, but I do. I think we will win tonight. Golden Sun said Gray's versatility has saved Ange's job and Ange has shat on him. Well, again, tonight, why is Sarr playing instead of Gray? If Gray is the guy you want to keep, why is Sarr playing? I don't know. I'm just asking. Talks Tottenham. Big up to you, my friend. If anyone hasn't subscribed to Talks Tottenham, please do. Said Ange won't give our youngsters a chance. Gray should be the holding midfielder. He did so well at centre half. He is not a fullback. Listen, I don't know what he is at the moment because we just can't see him play, can we? Rob Frank, big up Rob. How you doing, bro? Said can't even start a game for a team in 16th. 16th is mad, isn't it? 16th. When you say it over and over again, it just sounds so surreal that Tottenham Hotspur are in 16th in the Premier League. Big up to my man, Eugene. How you doing, bro? Hope you're well. It must be ridiculously early for you right now in Malaysia, but big up to you. Hope you are well. If you haven't subscribed to Spurssuasion TV, please do. Angus is here. Said if you lose and if you win, where'd you go in the league? If we lose, we stay exactly where we are. If we win, we go into 13th and only 4 points behind 12th. So we go into the dizzy heights of 13th if we win today. But I would rather that than 16th, 17th. Absolutely. Big up to Tristan. How you doing? How are you doing? I would say that the reason he has given Bergvall more chances because he's the better footballer. That's all I would say. Owen has said, not happy with a Forest lineup. Noah Doy and Danilo in over Yates. Nuno is baffling at the moment. Owen, big up to you, my man. I hope you are well. I'll be honest, I'm quite happy that Hudson-Odoi isn't playing because Tottenham are weakest down the channels. So I would have thought he would have had Elanga one side. Well, Elanga goes that side. Elanga, Hudson-Odoi, and run at Spurs. So I'm quite happy you've done that, which is why I think we've got a chance tonight. Chris said, I'm quite happy about the lineup, actually. We've got a good bench also. I really hope Richie can get his season off the ground. Not holding my breath, though. Listen, I've said for a long time, I get a lot of stick for it. I don't actually think Solanke is better than Richarlison. So for me, I'm almost happy to see him starting today. By the way, let me caveat, because I know what you lot are like. Doesn't mean I want Richarlison at the club. I just don't think that Solanke has been good. I think he's been a very big flop. Scored a penalty. Brilliant. So what? Queen Ellie Hoiberg. Here she is. Right. So Ellie, by the way, is the one person in group chats that tells me off when we're debating loads. Queen Ellie loves it. This lady loves a group chat. Don't you, Ellie? You love it. Kulakani said, I repeat, Tottenham Hotspur is 3 wins away from winning the Europa League and 3 losses away from 20 Premier League losses. It is mental. It is absolutely crazy. But I think we win tonight. I'm going positive tonight. I think we win tonight. And you can all laugh at me. And then when we lose, you can all tell me I was a deluded idiot. How's that? Forest Frontline. I'm happy Odoi is not in it. I'm not going to lie. Nuno seems to be one of the only managers that drops his quick wide man to play against Tottenham. And I think Tottenham will be the beneficiaries of that. Rob Frank. Absolutely. Mickey is paid to play. He plays for Tottenham Hotspur, and yet no one ever wants to see him play. They feel like he should be wrapped up. If he's fit, he should be available for selection every game. Bang on the money, Rob. Bang on the money. 58.5 minutes to go until kickoff. You guys are doing absolutely embarrassing on the likes, by the way. 155 likes. Absolutely shocking. Thank you to the one person that did subscribe. Come on, guys. We are 9 away from 17,350. Let's at least get that to 17,350, shall we? That's 9 more of you to subscribe. And at the moment on the poll, 44% now for Tottenham to win, 35% for Forest, and 21% for the draw. So it's starting to swing a little bit towards Tottenham Hotspur, isn't it? That's exactly what I want to see. That's exactly what I want to see from this man tonight. Exactly what I want to see. No Nonsense Football Fan said, we act like VDV is Messi. Listen, I think it's because he's the only one at the back that can run quick, right? Let's be brutally honest about this. But you're right. The meltdown whenever Van der Ven plays because he might get injured. Well, we may as well sell him. If that's the case, you may as well sell him. Play him. He's got to play. If he goes down injured, what do? You know, he goes down injured. He goes down injured. Ben, he wants a clean sheet. Be nice, wouldn't it? He wants a clean sheet. Let's build from the clean sheet the other night and look defensively solid tonight. Billy, hello, mate. How we doing? Hope you're well. Has said, personally, Sav, I would have played Danso. Look, for me, I want to see if Romero and Van der Ven are back. Let's get them back fit together. If this is the partnership everyone tells me that's going to lead us to glory, for me personally, mate, I want them to play together. I think we need to stop, we at least need to keep that centre-back pairing the same for 5, 6, 7 games for the first time this season. We really do. Big up to Pete Worthy, who's out there in a sunny Lanzarote. Pete, this weekend, I'm going to be in the sun as well. I'm going to be in Portugal for a friend's 40th birthday. So there'll be no watch along of the Liverpool game. So me and you will both be having some sun. He said, here is my take. Here we go. I believe that the FA should take a stand on this. In my view, Premier League clubs should be obliged to play their best team. The difficulty with this, Pete, is Premier League clubs will argue and say, well, hang on, we've got a squad. We've got to be able to play them. I don't disagree with you in essence. I just don't know how you'd enforce something like that. I just don't know how you would. So, be an interesting one. Again, people want to rest Van der Ven. I don't know why. He's played 1 game in about 2 weeks. Does this man need a rest after every time he plays? If he does, surely you've got to change the back line. Just saying. I am a fan, though. Big up, John. Big up, John. How you doing? Hope you're well. Chris is very happy that Mickey's playing. He's not made of China. Look, I'm of the opinion, I'm not an excuses guy, right? If your players play and get injured, they play and get injured, you bring someone else in. That is what the scouts and the director of football, they are paid to put a squad together to cope. If Van der Ven goes out, you've got Dragoshit. I know he's injured at the moment. You've got Danso. You've got Davis. You've got Gray. We can't literally sit there and say, oh, Mickey needs to be wrapped up and we need to be cuddling him at all times. No nonsense football fan. The only thing that will save Daniel's job is Levy not sacking him. Boo yakasha. Boo yakasha. As Ali G once said. Phil Moss, win, lose or draw. We don't want Ange anymore. Come on, you Spurs. Unfortunately, that is where I am. Unfortunately, that is absolutely where I'm at with it. Thank you to the one person that just subscribed. I really do appreciate you. Come on, let's get a few more of you. The link is pinned. There are 501 of you in here right now. I fail to believe that all 501 have subscribed. So come on, if you're watching, show a bit of love. Help a brother out. Big up to each and every one of you. Aaron Lawrence, how you doing, bro? Hope you are well, my man. So big up, Savva. I reckon we'll win 2-1 tonight. Me too. I think we will as well. Boss man, I don't know who he supports. Any guesses? Not sure who he supports. Big up, Daniel. How you doing? Lynn is in the house, and she said, in my humble opinion, there must be more going on behind the scenes with Gray. It just makes you laugh. As it stands, Lynn, it seems like we've bought him as a defensive backup. Like, it's so odd. Now, if you're doing that, go and get one at 5 million or 10 million from abroad that's cheap. But if you're going to spend 25 to 40 million, right? 25 to 40 million, whatever you want to say, because of Roden going the other way, go and get someone who's going to play games. Martin has said, so I'm trying to get to all of your comments tonight. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be nice tonight and get to all of your comments. By the way, Burnley are 13 minutes away from the Premier League. And Scotty Parker, top player Scotty Parker, he's 13 minutes away from masterminding. Would this be his second promotion as a manager? I think it might be, right? Sorry, I didn't read that, did I? Conte said we cannot perform under pressure. Well, tonight there is no pressure. There should be, Martin. Why isn't there pressure? Why is there no pressure tonight? I don't understand why there's no pressure. There absolutely should be pressure. Every game, pressure. We might get a nosebleed going up to 13th. Yeah, we'll go up to 13th and all the players will need a lay down for 3 days. Big up to Mark Jones. Evening to you. Hang on, Burnley are in here. Finish it. Finish it. No. Hang on. Finish. Oh, no. Hang on. They still got it. Whip it in. Good ball. Hang on. Across goal. Oh, no, not quite. Big up to you, Mark. Rich C. How you doing, Rich? Hope you're well. Said, I want to see a performance with zero excuses. Bang on. Momentum is key. Bang on. And I don't want to hear anything else or excuses from this manager or his fans. Bang on, bang on, bang on, and bang on. We need to stop this nonsense as a fan base. Oh, it only matters about the Europa League. No. Grow a pair. Come on, people. What are we doing here? Big up Sills Diamond. What a beautiful dog. Said, big up Savva. Hope you're well. I am very well, thank you. I am very well. Went to a barbecue earlier. Just got it in before it started raining. Eyes bigger than belly as normal. And just feeling a bit bloated. Finn, absolutely. Got to build on the momentum. That's what it should be used for. I've got no problem with the selection tonight. I've got no problem. I don't think it weakens us. Kulu's back. Spence, for me, is better than Adogi. Odeber's a better winger than Johnson. I don't think Richarlison's any worse than Solanke. As I've said, Benjamin, for me, the biggest thing is what are we going to play like? What are our setup and tactics going to be? Big up to Ash, who said Nuno has packed the middle and is playing purely for the counter. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? Let's see what Spurs do to negate that. Lily White's India, welcome. I said, if Ange goes back to playing handball tonight, I'd lose my mind. But the problem is, there's no repercussions for him if he does it, because fans just say, oh, 1 second, thank you. Sorry, really important message, this one. Fans will just say, oh, it's only the league. It's only the league. It doesn't matter anymore. So for me, it really does matter. Big up Rinketic. Yes. Big up to you, my man. Hope you're well. Ben has said, let's be honest, Sarr is just a headless chicken. Side of shooting, he offers nothing. Well, look, I think what we've got to work out here, we've got a lot of midfielders, and what we've got to work out here is who plays in which position. And at the moment, I'll be honest, I'm not really too sure what Sarr actually does, if I'm going to be brutally honest. But let's see, shall we? Matt Lifts has said, thank you, Savva. Solanke is garbage. His shots look like defensive clearances. Look, I just think Solanke is exactly what we bought. I think he's exactly what we bought. He's an average player that hasn't had a good career at the top flight, had one good year, and everyone started going mad about him. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. So for me, I've got no problem with him starting over Solanke. I can't remember. Here's a question. What is the last game Solanke scored a goal from open play? Anyone? There's a good question for the chat. Big up to each and every one of you. Gaurav said, Savva, who you'll support on Saturday? I won't support anyone. I don't support those teams. I think Villa will beat you. I think Villa are an exceptional team. I think a lot of you owe me some apologies. Just kidding. Just kidding. It's what the internet does, isn't it? You've got an apology. Could you apologize because you said something? Apologies. You want an apology? Apology. Big up, bro. You're more than welcome. Ash has said, I agree. We need to build consistency at the back. Agreed. Ash, what we can't do as a fan base is sit here and talk about Romero and Van der Ven all year. But when Romero comes back, but when Van der Ven comes back, then the moment they're back, we're going, oh, I'd rest him. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. William has said, remember, Forest have the semi-final next weekend. So Nuno may be being conservative with his team selection. Maybe. I mean, the only two that are really missing that I can see are Yates and Adoy. Maybe. Listen, good point. Good point. Oh, and who's the other? Who's the fullback, William? Is it Aina? I don't. Let me have a look. Should we have a look to see if Aina's on the bench? I didn't see his name. He might well be. Oh, he's injured. He's got a calf injury. So Aina's got a calf injury. So look, it's more than good enough. It's more than good enough to win. Oh gosh. Oh look who it is. Look who it is. Lubo.
I thought you needed a helping hand. You look very lonely on your own there, sir.
I'm all right. I'm all right.
You're okay.
Where are you?
In the grounds.
I'm joking. I'm absolutely joking. It sounds very noisy. Lubo, what do you make of the team?
He can't quite get it right, can he? He gets most of it right. He just missed out on one, didn't he?
He just missed out on are we talking about Archie Gray?
We certainly are.
He don't rate him, does he?
I'm just gobsmacked. He's got Kulu in there, he's got Bentancur in there. Give Gray a chance. I don't understand it. To me, Sarr's not worth his place. He's been very inconsistent this season. Waste of space to me. Sorry, maybe he has a good game tonight. He's due one, but no, I'd have had Gray in there. Other than that, Spence in through Doggy. Strange he's not on the bench, is it? I wonder if he's picked up a knock.
Yeah, he might have picked up a knock, but I mean, I've got no problem in essence, Lubo, with the team. I've got no problem with the team. As you said, Richarlison and Solanke, there's no difference. Odegaard's better than Johnson as a winger.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, it's gone very... Oh, mate, it's awful sound. It's awful.
There's a bit of noise going on in the background.
Yeah, there really is. We can't hear anything.
You can't. How's that? Is that a bit better now?
No, it's so, the problem is the loudspeakers are so loud behind you.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, enjoy your evening. Go on, you Spurs.
Hang on, Lubo. I'm going 2-1 to Spurs. What are you going?
Right. This morning I said 1-1. And you know what? Forest needs something from this game, don't they? So, although he's left out Hudson-Odoi, I still take him to get a draw. If he'd have played Archie, I'd have gone 2-1, but I'll stay with 1-1.
Listen, we'll speak to you after the game. Call us after the game.
All right.
All right, mate.
Bye.
Oh, Lubo there with the stadium noise settings. So Lubo not happy about his boy Archie Gray not in the team. Sam Rocco Forex absolutely has said Scotty Parker did the best 360 turn in Premier League history. Listen, I would love a Scotty Parker in this team now. Hard work, driving the ball forward, getting back, tackling, good pass. I'll take him all day long. David, how you doing, bro? I said, winning is a habit. We just be striving to achieve. Absolutely, mate. Winning is a habit. This is why I don't understand all those people saying, just rest all these players. Keep winning. Build on that game against Frankfurt. Beat Forest. Get a little bit of feel-good factor back. Now you've suddenly beaten a Champions League chasing team. You've beaten a team in the quarterfinals of Europa. Good evening to Paul. How you doing, bro? Hope you're well. Where are we? Where are we? Let me try and catch up a little bit. I am miles behind on the comments. Big up to Lisa. How are we doing, Lisa? So big up Savva from Mexico. Where's Adogi? I'm guessing he's going to have a little knock. I'm guessing he is going to have a little knock because otherwise surely be on the bench. But let's be brutally honest. Does it? I don't think it matters too much. I actually think Spence is a better footballer than Adogi. So I don't mind. Good evening to Robert. How we doing, bro? Hope you're well. Good evening to Nicola. How we doing, Nicola? Good evening to you. Good evening to everybody who's smashed the like button so far. 222 of you have. Let's see if we can get that over half. There's 540 of you in here. Let's see if we can get that to 300 ASAP. And thank you to the 2 people that have subscribed. We're now only 5 away from 17,350. And 46% of you that have voted have gone with a Tottenham win. And I am in that 46%. Good evening to Jaden. Said, Savva, Tell needs a good game today because so far I don't see a difference between him and Son. Jaden, I'll be honest, I don't think this guy's a patch on Son right now. And I don't think Son's playing well. For me, I've said this all along. At the moment, I need to see a lot more from Tell. He doesn't do enough for me. For me, he should be getting the ball, beating his man, whipping in crosses. And at the moment, I just don't. I don't see it. Would you keep Ange for next season if we win our remaining league games in the Europa League? I mean, it's a moot point. We're not going to win all our remaining league games. If he won all 6 and the Europa final, yes. But for me, he's just royally messed up this Premier League campaign. And for me, he's not for me. If he wins the Europa League, fair play. Thank you. Congratulations. And if he stays, he stays. We go again. But he's not. I'm just not a fan. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of the manager. It's always going to be like that. Do you think Kinski will get another start this season? No. Mate, look, maybe if we get knocked out in the semis and we got a couple of league games left, but I don't see that happening and I don't see him getting a start. So no. By the way, Burnley are defending brilliantly. Hang on. Burnley are 1 minute plus stoppage time away. DV has said, hi, Savva. I emailed you an image of Postecoglou negatives. The ball is bouncing around, and they're all having the Postecoglou negatives stat on Sky Sports. Let's have a look. Have you emailed me? Have you? Let's have a look, shall we? There's my email address. Here's the image. Okay, let's see what you've got. Defeats. Oh, my God. Oh my God, that looks bloody awful, doesn't it? Oh my God, that looks absolutely dreadful, doesn't it? Let me see if I can get that onto my screen. 1 second. Let me get that onto my screen. While we do that, look who we've got. It's one of the elder statesmen.
How are you, Sav?
I'm good, mate. How are you? And I'm getting kisses from, I'm guessing this is Kate and not Jim. Hello, Kate. Kisses to you as well. Big up to you and Jim. Hope you are well. And congratulations on your charity stream the other day. Cookie, you've seen the team. What are we saying?
Yeah, I think it's all right. I think we expected a few changes. I think people wanted to see Spence in. Well, we wanted to see him the other night, but it didn't happen, did it? So he's in tonight. Richarlison up front for Solanke. Much of a muchness. It is what it is. Who else we got in? Sav SARS coming, I believe. Again, it's all... Listen, it doesn't really matter. Once your playmaker's out of the team, Kulu's coming for him. You've got your back line in, apart from a doggy. So he's obviously trying to work out who he wants to play at that left-back position now. Or it might just be a case of a doggy, he just wanted to leave him out and put Spence in. Who knows, mate? Who knows what he's thinking, Sav? But I think it doesn't matter who you put out there. It depends on the tactics that the manager plays. So if he's going to go back to, possession-based sort of, if you want to call it, forward-thinking, gung-ho, whatever you want to call it. If we go back to that, you know what I mean? We want to see tonight if he can be a bit more pragmatic like he was. I mean, I know that would be difficult because he is at home tonight, but there's still no reason why he can't have a bit of shape about the team like he did the other night. It doesn't stop us attacking, So that's all I want to see, to be honest, Sam. I want to see a bit of consistency, a bit of what he did the other night without going totally the other way again,
I completely agree with you. By the way, it's really interesting. So I've got the Burnley game on, 2-1 up against Sheffield United. And they've got, in the bottom corner, they're showing that the Leeds United players are all watching this game on the big screen. Obviously, Leeds United need Burnley to win because it promotes both clubs. So it must be weird that they're cheering on their title challengers. It's so weird. Isn't it? And there are 4 minutes of injury time left for Leeds, for Burnley to hold on. The best defence, here you go, is the best defence in the world right now. This is the best defence in world football. I know you can talk about leagues, but pound for pound, best defence. Congratulations, I guess, to Scotty Parker if they get this done. What a good guy he is.
Yeah, he's done a good job there, hasn't he, this season? It reminds me a little bit of when Company was there. They didn't concede a lot, scored a lot of goals. I don't know if Scotty Parker's lot have done the same thing goal scoring wise, but tight wise, he's obviously showing that he can be a bit of a manager. He's got to do it at a better level. But Scott was a decent player for Spurs, as you well know, Sav, back in the day, and he's obviously trying to get his foot stamped down as a manager. So we can only see how he goes.
Do you know what I liked about Scotty as a player? For anyone that didn't see him, anyone that young, just a proper midfielder. Like there was none of this 6'8", none of this. He was just a central midfielder who gave everything. Every game you knew what you were going to get from him. I'll tell you what, we could do with a Scotty Parker right now, couldn't we?
Yeah, definitely.
Mad. So I'll keep you updated, everybody. There are less than 3 minutes to go. Sheffield United are just flinging balls in, and Burnley are just heading everything away. Proper defence. They've conceded, if I'm not wrong, 15 goals in 44 games of football. That is, if I'm not wrong, that's 1 every 3 games. And their goalkeeper's made 28 clean sheets. That is utter madness. Anyway, back to Spurs. So this is what that gentleman just sent me. Let me just quickly do these. Anthony Clark with a super sticker. Big up to you. Always with the super stickers. Really appreciate you, my man. Thank you so much. A user is always very generous as well. Thank you. We really do appreciate the super chats over here. because this is my business. So thank you very much. Said, Phil, players only switch to higher gear for Europa. What a user. This is the thing for me. And let's talk about this, Mark. Big up for the super chat. We've got to get out of this notion that we should only get up for these Europa games. With Tottenham Hotspur, Premier League at home, trying to climb the table for a little bit of respectability at the end of the season, surely our players should be up for this, shouldn't they?
Yeah, I agree, mate. Listen, when you get paid and you go to work, you do your best work, don't you? In any walk of life, it don't matter what you do, whether you're the postman, the postwoman, whatever you do, drive a van, whatever it is, right? So these lads are going to work. So for me, it doesn't matter whether it's the Europa League, whether it's the Premier League, they've got to be putting it in. And the other thing is as well, Sav, you know, he's changed the team around tonight. We know he likes a settled 11, but it's up to the lot that are not getting in, to showcase themselves, to show him they should be in.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a squad game at the end of the day, mate, as you well know, you know, and you have players that turn into a bit of form that might not be at a certain time. You know, this one little game today, for argument's sake, Richarlison might have 2 shots and put 2 in the net, and we'll all be happy that he's done that. Do you know what I mean? So, you know,
I hope he does. I hope Richarlison does, Mark, because for me, by the way, there are 20 seconds here at Burnley and they've got a free kick. 20 seconds. I'm so happy for them because, sorry, I know it's nothing to do with Spurs, but any team for me that concedes that few goals all season, you deserve it alone. I hope Richarlison does, because I'll be honest, Mark, I know a lot of people talked about Solanke. I'm so bored of watching his lackluster performances, if I'm honest. There's a lot of excuses made for him about the tactics, this, that, the other. But lots of players at lower clubs, like, how is Delap? How is Delap at Ipswich, who don't win games of football, scoring more league goals than Dominic Solanke in a team that have scored 60 goals all season? There's no excuse for that for me.
No, I agree, mate. We've spoke about this in depth. I don't know what it was, 60 million quid, basically.
They've done it. They've done it. Sorry. They've done it. Sorry. All over. On, Leeds and Burnley promoted to the Premier League. And they're losing their bananas. There's champagne everywhere. Sorry. Love it. So they're all up. Manor Solomon. There you go. Manor Solomon to Leeds. Sorry, mate. Richie Solanke, that situation.
Yeah, you know, Solanke. So we've bought him in for 60 million quid on pretty much one season of you know, decent ratio of goals being scored. So up till now, it hasn't worked, has it? We've got 6 more games left of the season. I don't know what he's got. Was he got 9 goals, is it? Or something like that? 7 goals or 9 goals? Yeah.
Solanke's got 7 Premier League goals and we're in April.
Yeah. So 7 out of 60 odd is not great, is it, mate? But you know, as it stands at the moment, you know, Sav, I think for a lot of the players, right, and I can be called out on this. This is just me, right? But I think a lot of the players, because of how we've played for the last 18 months, they've got to be given, some of them at least, some time with a new manager, because I think a lot of them are better than what they're showing, Sav.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, you know, we've talked before about players like Bergvall. Now, I know he's only been in, you know, more over the last 6 months, right? But over that 6 months, even without coaching, because we know they're not coached, right? But even without coaching, you can see that he's improved. And he has improved, and he's still lacking in certain ways, yeah? But you can see the kid's got something about him. You know what I mean? And I just think he'll just turn out to be a decent footballer, mate. You can see he can play football, you know, and I just think the coaching needs to go into someone like that. You know, they need a bit of help along the way. It's not all about doing it all yourself, as you well know. So, I
Yeah,
don't know, man. You know.
I think the thing is, for me, I get it with Bergvall. I'll tell you what, it's all kicking off, by the way, at Turf Moor. Something, I don't know if anyone's got it on. Chowdhury of Nottingham Forest is being held back by players, police, security guards. I have no idea what is going on here. It's kicked off big time, mate. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, listen, I think with Bergvall, he's going to get better because he's a youngster, right? So if he's good, he's gonna naturally get better. But the thing for me with Solanke is, this is a guy for me that had one good year, and it doesn't matter however much little Matty K tries to tell me he's had good years in the Championship. I don't care about players that have had a good year in the Championship, Mark, if I'm honest. With Tottenham bloody Hotspur. I'll tell you what, let me remove that comment. Just look at some of the images in the background of your screen. Look, I mean, is that Jimmy Greaves I can see there?
Yeah, it certainly
You know
is.
what I mean? Like, look, Jimmy, Gaza, and we're talking about Solanke.
I'll get out of the way a bit. There you go.
Oh, I mean, look, Berbatov, Ozzy. I mean, is that Ginola?
Yeah.
Oh, you do realise if you didn't have Ginola there, Mark, you would have been booted off straight away. You know that, right?
He was straight in. You know that, Sav, didn't you? He was one of the first in, mate. I can't say the first because he wasn't, but,
But yeah, no, you're right, mate. I've seen it now. Yeah, you're right. I mean, so for me, when you look at some of these great strikers we've had, even somebody said all negative again. I just said Spurs are going to win 2-1 and I like the team. I'm not really sure what was negative. What have we said negative today?
Nothing.
Are we just getting this bad on my channel, this bad reputation that even if I don't say anything, I'm called negative? Listen, I actually quite looking forward to seeing what can Richie do tonight. What can Richie do tonight? Can he grab himself a couple of goals and stay in the team? Because for me, I just think they got it wrong with Solanke. Only my opinion. So Corby, no idea what you're talking about. I'm not really sure what I meant to have said that's negative, but off you pop, you twat. Sorry, got no time for dickheads like you. See you later. Mark, let's move away from that. We knew Maddison wasn't going to play. We knew Maddison wasn't. Kulu's back. Yeah. What are we expecting from Kulu today? Because he's been injured. He started the season well, then very quickly drifted into playing a lot, not really doing a lot. What are we expecting from Kulu? Is he the creative player that Maddison is? Is he a winger? What are you expecting from Kulu?
Well, he has played in this position before, Sav. Only a little bit for Spurs, but at Juventus he played as a sort of centre attacking midfielder. So he knows that role. But what I want to see from him more than anything else is just a little spark from him to show that he is on his way back, because when he made his little substitute appearance the other night, came on about 10, 15 minutes from the end, I believe. He looked a bit, I don't know how you'd put it. He just looked a bit slow, not match fit is the best way to put it. So yeah, I would say match fitness is obviously very important for him. But yeah, just to see a few bits and bobs from him, Sav, if he's in that position, he's got to try and create, hasn't he, tonight? That will be his job. His movement, his creating, setting up for others, that sort of thing. And that's what we'll be wanting to see from him tonight, I believe.
Yeah. Listen, Eli, look, Dave's my mate. So listen, I think Dave's got his style. I've got mine. I just find it funny that people just come in and they hear what they want to hear. It's not enough that I've said that I think we'll win. It's not enough that I've said there's no excuses. I suppose the only possible negative thing I've said is let's see what tactics we play, because we do, we do need to be careful. We can't just keep going gung ho. But we'll see. Mark, Jed Spencer's come in for Destiny Udogie. For me, I don't see that as a weakness. I don't see that as negative. I actually think he's better than Udogie. Who would you rather have if you had to pick one?
Well, of form, probably Spence. But what I will say is, as much as when Spencer's been in, and he's been pretty good in most of the games, that he's come in and played since the doggy got injured. What I will say is, Sav, is that if you said to me, Spence is coming in to play right back, and not because I don't particularly like Porro, but just because Jed Spence is naturally right-footed. I don't really like players that aren't naturally footed, not on their own side. But don't get me wrong, he can play there. You know what I mean? He can do the job there. I'm not saying he can't. That's just my preference. I like left footers on the left side, right footers on the right side. You know, that's just me.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Chloe. Yeah, I don't know what defines positive. I mean, literally, something's only positive if the person hears the same as their opinion. That's what it boils down to, Mark, isn't it? If I say I think we're going to win and you say you think we're going to lose, they're going to say I'm positive and you're negative. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah,
the internet is mad.
What have you gone for tonight, Sav?
I think this team should be beating Forest 2-1. And I'll tell you why. I think they're going to miss Yates in central midfield because Yates is exactly the sort of player that ours don't want to play against. He's a wind-up merchant. He's a destroyer. And also because of no Hudson-Odoi. For me, if I'm ever playing Tottenham, I'd want two quick wingers getting in behind.
Yeah.
Now, they've got Elanga doing it, but I'd have both. So I'm happy with that as a Spurs fan. I'm happy with that.
So if Elanga's going down the right, Sav, do you think Spence will cope with him okay? I'm talking about, you know how Elanga, he likes to break off, doesn't he? He breaks off and runs the lines and runs between. So will Spence be able to cope with that tonight?
Well, I'll tell you what, that's going to be interesting because do you remember the podcast he did with Rio Ferdinand?
Mm-hmm.
And he was asked, wasn't he? He was asked about what wingers scare you. And he said, none of them. And he said, there isn't really a winger who's got past me. So, look, I mean, let's see. This is, look, Elanga for me has had a brilliant year. He's rapid. He's direct. Spence is quick. Let's see. But at the same time, what I don't want Spurs to do is be leaving Spence one-on-one with a quick winger. Like you don't want to do it. So, listen, Hudson-Odoi coming on maybe second half, something to worry about. But the main player that worries me for Forest, who I really like this guy as a player. I really liked him at Wolves, is Morgan Gibbs-White. I think he's a really good footballer. You a fan?
Yeah, I am a fan. I like anyone who's got a bit of technical ability about him, Savva, you know. Me too. I don't think he's as consistent as you'd like him to be. You know, he's not right up there. He's still learning his game. You know, I don't know how old he is now, but he's obviously proved he can do it in the Premier League. You know, he's a very good player, a very, very good player. Weren't we in for him last year? Was it last year or the year before? Sort of thing.
The problem is, Mark, we're linked with absolutely everyone, aren't we?
Yeah.
By the way, just before we carry on, Mark, do you know what, Bobby Andrews, you've never been more right. I don't want Tyler Dibbling as a kid. If you've got that money to spend, go and get me Eze. Now that's a guy that gets me excited. That's a signing where I turn around and go, Spurs are serious. But yeah, listen, I make you right, Mark. Morgan Gibbs-White for me, he's one of those intelligent players, but with I'm like you. I like players with technical ability. I like those footballers that they've got the quick footwork. And you know what? When I was growing up, I was always taught, look at someone's footwork. Look at their footwork to see if they're a player. Anyone can run around, can't they? Players can be quick. Anyone can run around. Not everyone can be technical. And that, for me, is the sign of a good player. So definitely someone that, I mean, who's in the midfield? Bentancur and Sarr need to watch out for today is him getting on the ball and dictating.
The play that we, you know, I think tonight's game, when we was talking about is he going to go back to how he was or is he going to sort of play how he did the other night against Frankfurt, I think that is a big factor in what goes on tonight, Savva.
For sure.
You know,
for sure.
Probably the biggest factor, you know, because he's made the changes. Now, is he going to make the changes and play how he did the other night and ask him to play how he did the other night? And obviously, I would say maybe not, but quite as defensive and sit back as far because you're at home. But there still is no need for him to go with inverted fullbacks. He didn't do it the other night. And if he did, it was very rare. You know, when we had the ball going forward, he kept his shape. He stuck to his tactic and it worked out for him on the night. So, you know, for me, I want to see a bit more of what we had on Thursday, you know, but obviously a bit more on the front foot. But I want us to keep our shape tonight, and I want us to see when Forest have got the ball, how we set back up again, how we get back into our shape, how quickly we do it. You know, that's what I want to see tonight.
Absolutely bang on, exactly how I feel. So Igor, just so you know, yeah, listen, I've got no problem with the starting lineup. I'm actually very happy with it. Igor, what I have said, I want to see more than anything what Mark was talking about there. How do we set up? Now, what I'm not saying, by the way, and it makes me laugh because football fans seem to think that you're either gung-ho, Mark, or sit in. I don't want to see either. I want to see that when we've got the ball, that we're aggressive. But I want to see that when we're out of possession, is that we're drilled and that we're set up so that there's not gaping holes. I don't know why everyone always says, oh, sitting behind the ball. You don't have to sit behind the ball to be defensively sound. But you're right. When we lose it today, let's just get into shape. Let's get into some banks of four and be difficult to beat. Yeah. You know, like the good old days. Yeah. You know, that's all I want to see. Just quickly, Roughneck. We've done this. You can't keep bringing in winners that need the best players. Ancelotti is not a coach, in my opinion. Ancelotti is someone that you say, right, here's a lot of big egos. Go and win things. We need a coach. I don't care what anyone says. I think we need a coach. But time to ask the chat. Chat. What is your score prediction for tonight? Please bear in mind, if you just put in something like 2-1, I will assume that the 2 is Tottenham and the 1 is Forest. So please let me know the team. Let's see. Let's absolutely see. JS, I can assure you Gyökeres would have zero interest in joining Tottenham above the other teams that are going to want him. Right? Let that ship has sailed, my friend. There are going to be teams all over Europe that want Gyökeres. You know it. I know it. It is what it is. Where are we? I mean, look, Mark, Van der Ven Romero, lots of people, the moment the team was announced, people, I would have wrapped Van der Ven in cotton wool. But Mark, we've been told for months when those two come back, you know, we'll change. But now they're back. Everyone wants them wrapped in cotton wool. What do you make of that whole situation?
Listen, Van der Ven has come out in a video. He came out, was it last week or the week before, and said, look, the manager knows I'm fit. I'm ready to play. He'd been like that for a few weeks, but he was in and out, 45 minutes here and there. If he's fit, he's fit. If he's going to break down, he's going to break down. And it don't matter whether it's tonight or whether he leaves him out tonight and plays him on against Liverpool, or even if he leaves him against Liverpool, what's to say in the first minute against Bodo, they don't stick one over the top, he goes sprinting off and does his hamstring. It can happen, you know. So for me, I'm sure that if he feels any tightness or, you know, he has any problem whatsoever, he'll give the signal and let them know, you know what I mean, and they'll have him off. Well,
I think that's the thing for me. That's the thing for me. You're right. The moment you feel a bit of tightness, that's where you go, Gaffer, I need to be careful. But what we can't do is we can't get these players back from injury and then say, oh, just wrap them up in cotton wool. You know, and everyone saw the heated discussion this morning between myself and James, but I just can't buy into this notion that with 10 days until a semi-final that we just go, oh, Mickey, I won't play Mickey. But he's a footballer. He's paid by the club.
Yeah.
if we really can't rely on these people to play 2 games a week, Mark, then we've really got to rethink about whether or not that's our partnership for next season, haven't we?
Yeah, I agree with that. Everyone knows I love VDV. You see, you know, I love him. I was following at Wolfsburg before we even got him, and I just love him. But I just think with the tactics that we play, he's doing all this sprinting every game. No wonder the kid's getting injuries. Do you know what I mean? And again, if you go back to Savva Thursday night, we saw it maybe twice in the game. The once where he made the really good tackle where the ball went straight over the top and he got back.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed in that. Romero was looking at the ball. VDV was still coming back. When the ball came over VDV's head, he didn't even know.
Mm.
He didn't even know, Sav. He's had to make 10 yards up on a TK there. You know what I mean? From a standing start, a TK was already on his bike.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a fantastic tackle, but it could have gone wrong, man. He only needed to be 6 inches the other way. He'd have caught a TK's foot and it would have been a pen. So I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that from him so much, though, Sav. I want to see the pair of them defend as a unit. I don't want to see this, like you were saying earlier, be a bit more pragmatic. Stop this ball going over the top all the time and asking the geezer to run 60 yards to cover people's arses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just defend as a unit. And if you notice where we weren't inverting so much, and this is why I think Bergvall shines a bit more in the game, because when we're inverting up too far, that Bentancur and Bergvall, they're just running around all the time because there's so much space. They're just trying to cover space. Yeah. But when you saw us a bit more solid the other night, and they knew that they had 2 next to them playing left and right as almost like a 4-4-2. Yeah. They wasn't thinking about covering such a wide area.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you notice, we was winning second ball after second ball after second ball. And that's something we don't do. We haven't been doing it how we've been playing. But the other night we were doing it. And it was to our advantage that was happening.
Yeah, look, I make you right. Listen, but what we can't do is we can't have a manager that plays so wide open that we're saying we have to rest our best defenders because of his style. That can't be how a football club works. Look how Arsenal have built their defensive solidity, right? Whenever Saliba and Gabriel are fit, who plays? Saliba and Gabriel. It don't matter if it's 1 game a week, 2 games a week. Saliba and Gabriel play. That is why it's their best partnership. Whenever Liverpool have got games, if Konate is fit and if Virgil van Dijk is fit, they play every game, right? That's what we've got to do. Van der Ven and Romero should be playing if they're fit. When people are saying, oh, it's dumb to play them tonight, people in the chat going, it's dumb to play them. Aren't they our players? Why don't we want our best players playing, getting fit, building a partnership? For me, Mark, what you can't do is say, right, Van der Ven and Romero, you're playing together this week. The next game, oh, Van der Ven, you're not playing Davies's. Then the next game, right, Van der Ven, you are, but Romero, you're not. How do you build defensive solidity?
Well,
how did we build it under Poch? Out of Alderweireld, Vertonghen.
Yeah, you can't, you are right. If they're fit, Sav, they're fit. You're not going to play them half fit. If one of them's got any type of problem and they're not 100% fit, I'm sure they're going to let someone know that they're not. They're professionals at the end of the day.
Of course.
Right? So if they're fit, and they're, you want to class them as first teamers or our best centre-back duo, then they're fit. They've got to play, haven't they?
Yeah.
It's as simple as
listen,
that.
What will happen? If one gets injured, they'll go, see? But if one's going to get injured, you're going to get injured.
Yeah.
Right? Look, players can get injured waking up, walking down the stairs.
Yeah.
Players can get injured jogging in training, playing in training. We've really got to stop this whole notion. And if we're going to do that, if we're going to talk about just resting them every other game, then what I don't want to hear all season is, oh yeah, but we haven't done well because of them not playing. Well, hang on, now they're back. You don't want them playing. I think it's crazy, mate. I think play them. Just for me.
Yeah, I agree with you, mate. Like I say, if they're fit and they're 100% to go, if anyone's got a knock, you let the manager know. He'll change accordingly. Again, we don't know if anyone's got any knocks. There was a bit of rough and tumble on Thursday night, so there might be a few knocks. Maybe that's why he's changed it. Maybe he's just changed it because he wanted to give a few days off. So that's what a squad's there for at the end of the day, Sav.
Agreed.
So we all guessed he'd make maybe what did we say? 2 or 3 changes. Maybe he'd make.
I thought he'd make 4 or 5, and he has.
Okay.
He has.
Yeah,
But
I thought 2 or 3. So he's made 4, I think. And is it 4 he's made or 5? 4.
So
5?
Spencer's come in.
Yeah.
Spencer's come in. Sar's come in. Kulu's come in. Richie and Odegaard. 5.
So he's made 5 changes. Fair enough, but all of those 5, he hasn't bought any youth players in, what I will call youth players.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't bought in any babies, has he?
He's bought those players that are in that sort of in his 16, 17 thinking, hasn't he? Where's Mikey Moore tonight?
Not even.
Where is he?
The squad.
Where is he though? Do you know what I mean? It's like I almost feel like he's been stolen from me. I'm not trying to big him up too much, but listen, right? You got a kid there on the left wing that could learn from someone like Son, and I'm sure he has been. We can all agree, maybe not this season and maybe not last season, but when he was paired up with Harry, he was some player, right? He's got some experience to pass on to the kid, right? Then we go and buy Odegaard. We go and loan Tell.
Right.
And I don't get it because all it's doing is blocking the pathway, Sav.
Agreed. Which is why when you see in our group, and I always talk about, with me and Phil Coys talk about Tell, I'm saying, why? If you've got money to spend on Tell, why not go and spend it on a position we need? Why not go and buy a top centre mid, a top striker, a top fullback? We've got to stop this buying kids to block the pathway. We've really got to do it. Even Lubo is saying now, and he loves the youth players coming through, has said, we got enough now. We got enough. Yeah.
Great.
It's a shame because we bought in Yang, who, all right, he's on loan at the moment, but will be coming back. We bought in Solomon, who's on loan and coming back. We bought in Brian Hill, who's on loan, but will be coming back. You've got Odegaard. You've got, is Tell going to stay? Is Son going to stay? Yang. It's like all of these players. And yet you've got Mikey Moore, who is widely regarded as the best young player coming out of Tottenham for a decade. I don't know if he is, Mark. I can only say widely regarded. You've got this guy, and we're just going, don't worry, let's not play him. But then fans will do this is what frustrates me with football fans. The same fans that will be saying, sign Tell, are the same fans that will go, well, Mikey Moore's not playing. Well, yeah, they play in the same position. What do you want to do? You're not going to spend 40, 50 million on Tell and then play Moore over Daniel Levy's 40, 50 million pound investment.
No.
Graham, I'm just talking about all we seem to buy is left wingers, right? My point is, if Mikey Moore is going to break into this Tottenham team, he's at least got to be on the bench at this stage, right?
Yeah, I agree.
And Slynell, they can't all be in the team. Slynell, they can't all be in the... You've just named 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teenagers that you want in the team. No Premier League team operates like that.
Listen, at the end of the day, I think what we're crying out for now... Sorry. Yeah, go on, mate. I think what we're crying out for now is a bit of experience. I don't think anyone would mind, if we got a bit of experience in. But if you want experience and you want decent, it costs money and it costs wages. you know, as we all know. So, you know, I would love that now. I think, you know, there'll be a few leave in the summer, without doubt, but we've got to be very careful about what we bring in. I think more kids is going to, it's going to be a big struggle next year with more kids. We definitely need some solidity in the team. I mean, at the end of the day, what we've got to realise is, like Savva said, you know, league position means a lot, because that tells you everything about us over the season. Yeah, we've won a few games in the cup. Yeah, you know, we are where we are with it. But league position tells you everything in the chat. Tells you everything about Tottenham as a club at the moment, about the problems that we've got. And it's not so much about, well, how do we get up to 6th or 7th at the moment? It's just about how do we climb up the league? Because, you know, next season, if we don't make, I believe, at least 2 more experienced signings, you know, I just think it's going to be a struggle again next season. You know, that's just where I am with it. Sorry, Sam, I don't know if you heard any of that.
Yeah, mate. Sorry. Stanley was being a little rotter, so I had to get Stewie away from him. Yeah, look for me, and look, we always have this conversation. I've got no problem with youth players. I've got no problem with it. I used to work in youth coaching. I'm all for it, but I think we're getting to the stage now where it's just getting a little bit silly. And what's happening is people are mistaking youth project for blocking the pathway of the youth players. You know, listen, first of all, it's going to depend on whether we're in Europe next year, right? If we're in Europe next year, there might be a bit more game time for a couple of the kids. But you've got to remember at the same time, if we've got Johnson, right? If you've got Kulu that can play there, if Son, I don't know if he's going to be here, Odeber, right? There's 4 players straight away where you're like, well, how do they all get game time? And I haven't even mentioned any of the kids. Then people want to see more. They'll want to see Yang. People want to sign Tell. It's like, where you can't fit 7 players in for 2 winger positions. Like, I just feel like we don't really think before we talk about who we want to sign. I don't think people think about what we actually need rather than what they think we need. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. Do you think maybe the structure might change a little bit upstairs, Savva, with the Vinay fella coming in? Do you think anything could change there? Just a thought. Probably not. Knowing people that come in upstairs at Tottenham, you know, Lang and Munn have done nothing for us, have they? But you know, I'm just wondering if the structure might change upstairs slightly, if they give this Vinay chap a bit of control, you know, over, I don't know if it's that he doesn't really do that, if he's another one, that doesn't do that side of it. You know, if we've got another one up there that doesn't know anything about football, I don't know enough about him.
No, I don't. I mean, look, I don't know enough, but what I do know is he's been at Arsenal for 14 years. So he can't be a mug. And during his time as CEO, they did just have 3 or 4 years where they've gone, boom, right up there challenging. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to put that all down to him, but at the end of the day, he must have something. Mark, you're more than welcome to, are you watching the game on Sky Sports?
I'm going to watch the game, yeah. And if my missus ain't nicked the tablet, mate, I will be on again at half-time. All right?
No worries, mate. I'm going to kick you off, but not in a horrible way, as you know.
Much love, man. Make sure everyone likes the stream, please. Like the stream. This geezer's working hard. It's free. Like the stream for him and sub to him, man. I'll see you all at half-time. Take care.
Take care, mate. Hang on. So, everybody, the game is about to begin. I'll do the Forest team, then we'll go through the Spurs team. The Forest team is Matt Sells in goal. Sells is in goal. A back 4 of Williams, Milenkovic, Murillo, and Toffolo, which is their best back 4 other than Ola Aina. Dominguez, Anderson, and Danilo as a midfield 3. And then Anthony Elanga, Chris Wood, and Morgan Gibbs-White. So the Tottenham team is Vicario in goal, Porro, Van der Ven, Romero, and Spence, Papasar, Bentancur, and Dejan Kulusevski. And then Odegaard, Tell, and Richarlison in the front three. So look, for me, it's strong enough. Let's just see, how do we set up tonight? I think that we will. I think that there's more than enough there. I can't have this defeatist attitude. I'm not having it. Look, this is why we're a small club. We don't deserve to win trophies if this is it. Win or lose, I don't care. Semi-finals on my mind. We're not playing in a semi-final for 10 days. I don't know, where's your ambition? Where's your, I just don't get it. I just don't get our fan base. Look, the team out there is more than good enough, but how are we going to set up? We know we're probably going to have most of the ball, but how are we going to set up? Exactly. This is Tottenham Hotspur. Why do people not care if we lose anymore? We've lost 21 games of football, and we got fans saying they don't care if we lose more. I'm baffled by it all. I'm truly baffled by it all. We are about to get the game off and underway. I'll try and give you as good a commentary as I can. Absolutely, Claire G in the chat saying, I want to see more fight for the badge. Absolutely. Fight for the badge. This is Tottenham Hotspur. The game is about to start. Here is Dominguez, who will get the game off and running for Nottingham Forest. Dominguez is about to get the game up and running. Come on, mate. Hurry up. Oh, hang on. Romero's just sorting out his boots on the sideline. He's now going to run back into place. Now, Romero is in position. The game can get off and underway. And my timer, I knew that wasn't going to work. Ah, you bloody gits. Sorry, bear with me 1 second. 20. Bear with me. Here we go. There we go. So there you go. My timer is now working. I knew that was going to happen. Come on, Spurs. Let's actually build. Let's get some momentum from the Frankfurt game. Here's Matisse Tell on the left-hand side. Plays a ball down the line immediately into the path of Jed Spence, who's overlapping. Jed Spence lays the ball into Papasar. We know that Forest are going to retreat. And they'll be happy to not have the ball. So for me, it's about what do we do when we're out of possession here. So here's Tell running at the... Yeah, that's Matisse Tell for me. Summed up so far. He's won it back, though. Matisse Tell shoots. Oh, he's really weak. Straight to the defender. It's bounced back to Papasar. Sarr whips it in. Headed clear. And Tottenham have made a fast start here, which is nice to see. Papasar's got the ball again. Left side, whips it in. And that's a really, really awful cross. And it's out for a Nottingham Forest goal kick. But a good start. High energy. For me, I've just got to see a little bit more composure and a little bit more danger from Tell. I've got to see a bit more from him. I'm sorry, guys. I do. Just a bit more composure. We know how they're going to play. Sam, you know how they're going to play. You know it. I know it. We know they are going to try and hit us on a counter-attack. It's our job to make sure that we don't allow that to happen. Savva must have super internet. I'm always behind, even on Sky Sports. I don't know. I'm in 2 minutes right now on Sky Sports. Here's Elanga. No, a foul was given for a push in the back of Papasar by Dominguez. And Tottenham Hotspur have a free kick. Let's see what happens. I mean, at the moment, this is all right? But this is all going to be about what happens when Spurs are caught on the counter-attack. That's what I want to see. Anyway, Vicario plays it out to Van der Ven. Jermaine Cunningham. It's Vicario, Porro, Van der Ven, Romero, and Spence. Sarr, Bentancur and Kulu, with Tell, Odebert and Richarlison up top. Nah, see, I don't. Sorry, it's defeatist. I'm not doing this. How are fans not bothered about what we've lost? We've lost 17 league games, and we're talking about, yeah, don't worry about losing more. No, I want to win. No, I want to win. Big up to D&B Forever, always with the super stickers. Big up, bro. Thank you very much. You're always very generous to me. Thank you very much. I just don't get this defeatist attitude. I don't get this at all. Anyway, here's Morgan Gibbs-White. Plays the ball back to Murillo. He goes wide to, is this Toffolo? Yep, Toffolo on the left-hand side. He now plays it into Chris Wood. He lays it back to Dominguez. Back into Danilo. Now into Anderson. Anderson plays a good ball through. There's an early shot from Gibbs-White and a save low down by Vicario. And that's the first we've seen of Forest there. 2 to 3 passes. They've opened us up through the middle and put it through. And just going to put us in the mud, Savva. Why would he put me in the mud? The man's lost 17 league games. This man could do nothing to put me in the mud. Gibbs-White with a curling effort. It was going bottom corner. And Vicario got down. He should have saved it, but he did save it. I know, but we've got to win, mate. Come on. We can't just sit here and say we don't care about the league. Corner kick to Forest. It's whipped in, cleared, not very well. Shot is fired in. Nottingham Forest are 1-0 up. Anderson. Tottenham have conceded in the first 5 minutes. In the first 5 minutes of the game. Tottenham 0, Nottingham Forest 1. I genuinely don't know what to say at this stage. I genuinely don't know what to say. The corner kick was drilled in. It was cleared, not brilliantly, cleared to the edge of the box. And there was Anderson. Let's have a look. So the ball was, I think it's taken a big deflection. Let's have a look. I think it's taken a big deflection. So the corner comes in. It's cleared. I think it's taken a deflection off Bentancur. I'd like to see it from this angle. Here we go. I think the keeper should have done better. Oh, he's had a flappy one there. He's had a flappy one. Anyway, Tottenham have got it all to do. It's 1-0 to Nottingham Forest. What can Tottenham do? Here is Jed Spence. Plays it out wide to Matisse Tell, and Tottenham have got a lot to do. For me, I think Vicario's got to save that. Vicario's got to save that for me. Tottenham 0. Nottingham Forest 1, back to earth with a bang, but a long way to go in this game. Really poor goalkeeping. But a long way to go. We're only 6 minutes and 20 seconds in. Van der Ven now gets it down the line to Tell. Can he beat his man this time? I don't know. I need to see a bit more from Tell. It's like he looks like he's going to beat his man and then never does. Here's Bentancur, gets it to Tell again. Again, the ball's bounced up off Tell and out for a throw into Forest. He needs to do a lot more. Anyway, Nottingham Forest moved back into 3rd position. As it stands, long way to go. Yeah, apparently, I don't know. I never know anymore, Chloe, if I'm in the mud or not. I don't know. Look, listen, a long way to go, but again, let's see. Let's see what happens here. There's the ball over the top. And again, in behind us, it's almost like we've gone back to type. Alanga cuts in. He's still running. And then 3 or 4 of ours actually crowd him out. Reezy, shut up, mate. I'm bored of hearing this about 19-year-olds. I'm so bored of this. I'm so bored of this. Give him time. You were the one complaining just now about our transfers. You were the one complaining, Reezy, about our transfers. So which one is it? Either our transfers are good or maybe the players aren't as good. Again, you saw there Porro getting caught out inverted down the line. Anyway, good ball down the line into Kulu. He's one-on-one with Danilo. And then Danilo takes it off him easily for me. It was a fast start, but we seem to have lost our way a little bit. Great play from Gibbs White. Good player. Good player, Gibbs White. And there's the tackle from Romero. Oh. Anyway, what have Tottenham got? 1-0 down at home. For me, has to go down as a Vicario mistake. Sophie, I think you kind of summed it up there, haven't you? As it stands, long way to go, but as it stands, Spurs are on for their 18th defeat of the season, and fans were saying they just don't care. That's where Tottenham are. That's where our fans are at. They just don't care. Madness. Not all Spurs fans. Here's Alanga. Forest just look up for it, to be honest. There's the ball whipped in. It's 2-0. Tottenham Hotspur, if he's not offside, Tottenham Hotspur are a shambles. Tottenham Hotspur, if he's not offside, are a shambles. What on earth? I'm the only thing that can happen here is offside. The only thing that we can pray for here is an offside. Let's have a look. I think he's off. Let's have a look. I might be wrong here. He's off. He's going to be offside. He's going to be offside. He's off. It's 1-0 still. It's 1-0 still. But again, Tottenham, high line. Tottenham, have, again, it is utterly, utterly shambolic. He's off. He's off. He's going to be offside. He's going to be. I don't know. What I don't understand is how do VAR need more time for this? It's offside. You can see it as clear as day. Come on. Make the decision. Yeah, he's offside. Yeah, we saw that. Come on. So Tottenham Hotspur, luckily, Tottenham Hotspur could have been 2-0 down. And Chris Wood went just a little bit too early. Here's Van der Ven down the line to Tell. Can you do something, please, Tell? Just something. Beat your man. Just beat your man. Here's Spence. Driving down the left. He cuts in, whips the ball across, headed clear by Forest. Only as far as Porro. Can he have a shot? No, he's put it out to Kulu. I've not seen Kulu for 12 minutes so far. There's a shot. It wasn't really a tough shot. The defender headed it clear. Yeah, it's yeah, not great at the moment. It's like we can't build on anything, isn't it? Here's Tell driving through. Plays the ball out wide. It's a decent ball. Here's Porro. And then his cross is deflected for a goal kick as Richarlison looks like he's gone down injured in the middle. What's wrong with Richie? Get up, mate. Come on, get up. Not the greatest. I mean, we started fast, but it's almost like we don't know. Our wingers don't know how to cross a football. No matter who plays there, Odegaard, Tell, Son, Kulu, Johnson, Moore, whoever's there. As a header comes in, it's deflected wide to Tell. I'll be honest, guys. I'm really, really not sure whose decision it was to bring in Tell. I know what will happen. He'll score a tap in a minute and someone will go, there you go, you're in the mud. But I don't know who decided that this is what we needed. Anyway, Jed Spence mops up at the back as Alanga was trying to run through, and it's a throw into Forest. Oh, destiny. Destiny. But don't worry, we're in a semi-final, so it doesn't matter. Just remember, it doesn't matter. Oh, he's pouring it. Anyway, there's Nico Williams. He goes back to Milenkovic. Anyway. Oh. Anyway, long ball down the pitch. Van der Ven heads it clear. And then Morgan Gibbs-White gets the tackle in on Jed Spence. And it's a throw into Tottenham Hotspur. There's a ball whipped in, headed clear by Milenkovic. And now Nottingham Forest, can they break? Can Tottenham get into them? Oh, my God. Here's Anderson. He gets fouled by Romero, who's, again, Romero's running out into midfield, kicking people. I'm seeing, like, Lubo, I'm going to call him out on my group, saying we must keep getting the ball to Tell. Sorry, what are these people watching? I don't understand what our fan base is watching. I genuinely don't. People are, oh, Tell's dangerous. But what? The copium is unbelievable. Crossing from Forest. It's 2-0. We are utter shit. We are utter shit. We are utter shit. Don't worry though. We're in a semi-final, and people want to put me in the mud. 2-0, easy as you like. This is utterly embarrassing. Reezy, this is your manager. You deserve this. I'm calling you out. You deserve this. Your manager, not mine. Your manager. Your manager. Let's see if we can get a offside decision to save us this time. It's not going to come this time. It's not going to come this time. Utterly garbage from Tottenham. 2-0 down. Utter garbage. Utter garbage. I'm so annoyed. Utter shite. No injuries. We've got no injuries. Son. Here's Odegaard. Finally beats his man. Crosses the ball. It's flashed in front of the goal and gone all the way out to Tell. Can he beat his man? Beat your man. No, can't beat his man. Can we get on the end of this? No. This is awful, guys, isn't it? This is what I mean. You can beat Frankfurt 1-0 and everyone just forgets. This is just bad. This is just bad. I don't know what to say, guys. I genuinely don't know what to say about this club anymore. Can we get back into it? We need a goal. Bentancur plays out wide to Tell. I need to see Tell do something. He gives it to Odeber, shoots, pushed wide. At least it's a shot on target. Told you it's a shot off target. But this is what I mean. The performance the other night. It's all well and good when your job is on the line. But, oh my God. It's all well and good when your job is on the line. It's all well and good to turn around and go, well, he's won. We're in a semi-final, but because his job is not on the line tonight, even though it should be, it's like we go back to normal. We go back to being easy to beat, can't defend crosses. He's reverted to type. Just shocking. I mean, Forest haven't had to do a lot, have they? And they're 2-0 up in 20 minutes. Just don't know what we're watching. Every week we're watching this, and every week I'm told I'm a bad fan. Every week I'm told I'm a bad fan. We won a corner here, but Savva, the players do not have a plan. What do you mean? That's the manager's job. Reezy, I'm going to block you if you keep saying stupid shit. Go away. Stop it. Stop it. This is your manager. This is your manager. Cross comes in. Header. Cleared again. Now it's gone to the feet of Tell. Beat your man. Beat your man. Oh, the cross. Awful. Another awful cross. His star into Tell. What are we doing? What are we doing? Yeah, I'm going to block him soon. He's just being an idiot now. He's just being an idiot. It's just silly. Here's Odeber. Cross it. Porro whips it in to Tell. Oh, awful header. Awful header. What is this? What? Surely we all agree. Surely we all agree this manager has got to get sacked. Surely this manager has got to go. Surely we all agree on this. No, Adekunle, what? He hasn't done anything. Adekunle, what's he done? He hasn't done anything. What are we watching? Fans like you deserve this. This is what I mean. Look at the copium of fans like this. The only bright spark. He can't cross. He hasn't had a good shot and he can't beat a man. What are we doing? It's the injuries. The reason we can't win league games is because of the injuries. Spence does well, beats his man, and then great tackle by Nico Williams. Here's Morgan Gibbs-White. Goes past Kulu for fun. Kulu can't run. And then he gives the ball away, Gibbs-White. Wow. This is bad, isn't it, people? This is utterly, utterly batshit bad. Here's Spence running. Tries to play it across. They're just dealing with everything we throw at them. They're dealing with it comfortably. Kulu can't run. Kulu can't run. He's a good footballer, as he has a shot straight at the keeper. He's a good footballer, but he can't run. There are fans that like this. There are fans that like this. Tell your mate the hippie. Any of you lot, tell your mate the hippie. Top manager. I don't know anything about football. Just remember that. I don't know anything about football, that hippie said, as he watches this. He hasn't beaten his man once. He has not gone past his man once. Don't lie. Kunle, he has not beaten his man once. No. Just awful. Just awful. I mean, Forest just keep... Forest, we know Forest game plan. We know Forest game plan. So what? Mo Farah could be lively. He's done nothing with it. He's done nothing with it. It's just mad. If Daniel Levy cared about this football club, he'd sack him and get a manager in before the semi. By the way, can we talk about how bad Van der Ven is in the air? Can we talk about, for a big guy, how bad he is? Wow. Mate, David, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. People think it's acceptable. I just don't know. Look at Tell. There you go. Another one out of Kunle. Tell tried to take on his man. Couldn't get past him. Again, here's Tell again. Can you beat your man? No, passes it inside. Can't beat a man. Now Richie gives it away. God, we're bad, aren't we? Oh, mate, I just get frustrated because the amount of abuse I take on a daily basis, because apparently I'm a shit fan and Tottenham have got a good manager. It just drives me mad, Sean. It drives me mad. Big up, let's get some super chats in. Hey, user said, regardless of winning Europa, I don't want Ange. Absolutely. I'm with you, mate. He's crap. A user again says, when Richie goes down, I think how many months now? Absolutely embarrassing, isn't it, when he does it? Big up to you, a user. Really appreciate you. A user's come in again and said, told you, Savva, different vibe from the players in the Premier League to Europa League. But again, notice how we're set up differently from the Europa League to the Premier League. It's ridiculous, but I agree with you, a user. It's absolutely mental. Shane Bapu, big up, said, defend like this and Bodo will mop you up. yeah, I just don't know what to say, mate. You could be absolutely right. Guess Latoon, big up to you with a super chat. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you. Very, very generous indeed. Thank you. And Aris as well, very generous with the super stickers. I really appreciate and love you all for the super stickers and super chats. As you know, this is my business, so it all helps. No, hang on. JS, I think Kulu's a good footballer technically, but he's too slow. They're in again. Oh, Van der Ven's mopped up, but they're in again here. And Spurs with a free kick. I just don't get it. Big up Kobe Mead. Said all this shows is that Frankfurt on all that. Completely agree with you. Said it at the time. Spurs should be beating Frankfurt. They're an okay team. They're an okay team. But our fans went, oh my God, Europa League semi-final. I don't care. Get this manager out. It's just absolutely atrocious. There's no real plan. What will happen? We'll rally in the second half. Big up, Kobe. Really appreciate that. We'll rally in the second half. And then people will go, oh, see, they're playing for him. Oh, my God. They're playing for him. You don't go 2-0 down at home. Here's Odegaard. A cross. Oh, it's a better cross. No one was in there. Maybe went a bit too hard. It's mad. This is truly terrible. Maybe, Kobe. Thank you very much for the super chat. Maybe, but look, at the end of the day, as I said, there's a reason why he wasn't getting in at Bayern Munich, right? He's a young lad. He needs time. But when we're bringing him in on loan, surely that's not the player you're bringing on loan, is it? Surely not. Big up to you. And thank you to Gary who said we were so quick to sack Nuno, yet this clown stays. Mate, I don't want Nuno either, but yes, how is this man in charge? This is currently our 18th defeat of the season. Gary, 18. 18, Gary. What are we doing? This is mad. This is utterly mad. We've got fans in my WhatsApp group who think we're attacking well. Their keeper's done. What are we doing exactly? I just don't know what people are watching. See, James Hunter, another one, deserves it. James Hunter, another one who deserves this. He deserves it. Who cares? I care. What do you mean, who cares? How are we doing this? Who cares? We're 2-0 down at home. We have won one league game in about 6 or 7, and this is what we're saying. Who cares? I just don't get it. Just don't get it. Fan, look, there you go. Reezy, shit fan. Doesn't mind losing today. He's absolutely shit fan. It's calling it. I'm turning into the hippie, calling people a shit fan. Spence gets to the byline, whips it across, headed clear. It's just utterly crazy. This is utterly, utterly crazy. Currently sitting on 18 defeats. And now they've got him down the channel again. Romero should get there, but Alanga, good tackle by Romero. Good tackle that time by Romero. Look at the state of our fan base. Look at the state of our fan base. I'll call you out for it. Look at the state of this. I'd take losing these 6 league games and winning the Europa. What a state of... What a shit fan. Get off my channel. Go somewhere else. And you think, look at the stick I get. Look at the stick I get. And we got fans saying this. They'll lose 6 games but win the Europa. So we've got fans saying they would happily lose 23 league games out of 38. Oh my God. I just don't get it. It's just absolutely mad. Stuart, I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. I genuinely do not get it. We'd happily lose our next 6 league games if we win the Europa League. What? This is it's just mental. One second. How are we not understanding as a fan base? Of course, Spurs have got all the ball. That's how Nottingham Forest play. They sit back, they soak up, and they hit you. How have we got people in our fan base saying it's one-way traffic? Of course it's one-way traffic. That's what Nottingham Forest do. Just don't get it. Here's Alanga. Couldn't get the ball. Now Spurs got it. We need a goal before half time. No, again, look at this. We've responded well. What? Their keepers had nothing to do. Their keepers had nothing to do. And we got fans that think this is good. I just don't get it. I genuinely don't get it. Our fan base is like no other. This fan base is like no other. Anyway. Any fan who says they don't mind losing 6 games, 6 more league games, we've lost 17. They want to lose 23 league games. You cannot lose 23 league games and keep your job. Mate, I remembered he's done about as much as Solanke. Nothing between them. Cross comes in. Here's Tell, shoots. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh my gosh. Anyway, welcome everybody. Hope you're all well. Hope you're enjoying Ange Ball tonight. Tell again, just a bit of composure. Just tuck it away. A bit of total composure. Unbelievable. Mate, again, I'll say it. Mate, I don't know. It's because it's my job, to be honest with you, at this stage. Here's Odeberg. Can he get us back in the game? Whips it across, and this time headed wide by Richie. Oh my God. Oh my God. How's Richie? Andy, it's utterly crazy, isn't it? Sorry, where is it? Andy, utterly crazy. Chasing a game at home after 20 minutes. Christian Romero again. Wow. Utterly mind-blowing. Utterly mind-blowing. Big up to each and every one of you. Big up to Dev Soul, who said, worst buy, Richarlison or Tungai. Add in Solanke to that. Add in Lo Celso to that. Add in Davinson Sanchez. I could keep going, mate, but big up to you. EdX, how you doing, bro? Said, our deluded fan base does not seem to grasp the concept of standards. We pay the highest ticket price in Europe for this trash. Ange out. Levy out. Everyone out. Ed, big up to you, my bro. Thank you so much for the super chat. It's getting to the stage, though, Ed. I'm going to say it, where some of our fans deserve this. These fans saying they'll happily lose these games. They'll happily lose these games, right? Happily lose them because we're in a semi-final. What on earth is that? Just madness. Just madness. Yeah, opposition fans love Ange Ball because it's absolutely shite, Chloe. Hope you enjoyed your trip. Hope you're well. Here's a crossfield ball over to Tell, brings it down. What can he do? I've been, again, so disappointed by him. Whips in across. Richarlison's, oh, Jesus Christ. What? Jesus Christ. Sorry if that offends anyone. Oh. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what to say. Oh my gosh. So 1 minute left of this nonsense to get us to half time. Forest again. Oh, I'll tell you what, they were nearly in again down the left-hand side. The problem is, everyone knows what Nottingham Forest are going to do. Nottingham Forest are not a possession-based football team. You know what they're going to do. You know we're going to have a lot of chances, but we also know they're going to defend everything. Utter madness from this fan base right now. Utter madness. See, Wazza Cavello. Let's block Wazza Cavello. Idiot. Saying Savva anti-Spurs fan. What do you mean? Ange-Postecoglou's an anti-Spurs fan. Jesus. It's my fault, is it? I mean, yeah, I see more in him than I do Tell, if I'm honest. Here's Porro. There's 3 minutes of injury time. Just sack him. Please sack this manager, Levy. I don't care if there's a semi-final coming up. Richie, the ball's bounced for him. Come on. Oh, they're so good defensively. No doubt Ange will feed some BS to the fans that will believe him. I'm hearing that there are YouTubers out there right now saying that Odegaard and Tell are having blinders and we're just unlucky. I mean, what can you do? What can you do when you've got those people representing the fan base spouting those lies? Odegaard and Tell have been brilliant and we're just unlucky. What are we watching? What are we watching? Nah, there's a huge difference. None of these managers have lost this many games. None of them. Again, these people deserve it. I'll say it to their face. These YouTubers deserve it. They deserve it, don't they? How are they watching this and going, God, yeah, we're unlucky? I don't remember Tell making a save. I don't remember Tell making a save. Maurice, what does me telling the truth have to do with anything? How am I affecting the game from here? When are you stupid fans that believe in this manager going to wake up? When are any of you going to wake up and realise how bad he is? When? When are people going to wake up? I just don't know what to say. We've got fans that are saying it doesn't matter. 18 defeats as it stands, unless we can find 2 goals without reply. What are we? What do I do as a fan with this information? It is now half time. It is now half time. I don't know. I genuinely don't know anymore what to say. Let me stop the timer. 1 second. Let me change that. 45. I don't know how shit we have to be every single game. I just don't get it. Well, I do get it. I just don't know what we have to do. I genuinely don't know. Danny, welcome, sir. How are you?
You're all right, mate. That was entertaining, wasn't it? Look, I'll say this straight to anybody on here. I put it in the comments earlier. I've said it before, and you are one of probably 2 people that agree with me on this. Everyone else says I'm out of my head. I'll take Milenkovic over Romero all day, every day, any game, any place, anywhere. He's a better defender than Romero. Okay, Romero has his good moments. Milenkovic, he's just so cool, calm, calculated, very good in the air, can tackle the same way every time. Okay, not as good a passer of the ball, but if I want a defender, Milenkovic is better than Romero. And if you want to give me a total option, I'll also take Mulu over Van der Ven. I think they're both better defenders than what we got.
Mate, I genuinely do not understand. We have got fans. I'll call him out. I've got Lubo in our group chat right now telling me you think 2-0's a fair result. I don't remember their goalkeeper doing anything. I don't remember any. How are we I'm so pissed off. How are we defending this shit week in, week out?
I've been sitting with a smile on my face for over 24 months. I just every week goes by and I just stand more and more corrected what I said 24 months ago on your show, Sav. I don't care if this guy wins a European Cup. This guy, statistically, on paper, is the worst Tottenham manager we have had. He's almost lost as many games of football in 2 seasons what Pochettino did in 5. The guy can't grind out a draw. These guys can't defend. Inverting's costing us every game. Like, come on, people, wake the fuck up. I cannot sit here and watch this anymore. I have to find some other kind of enjoyment.
Guys, what I don't get is, I've got people messaging me left, right, and centre saying, we've been the better team. We've had all the ball. Do people realise this is what Nottingham Forest have done to teams all season? Dan, do people realise that? This is what Nottingham Forest do.
How many times have I said on here, like at the start of the season when everyone said we dominated the Newcastle game or we dominated the Arsenal? We didn't dominate anything. We played exactly the way they wanted us to play and they got what they want out of it. For me, holding the ball for 80% of the game is not domination, is not having total control of the game. And I think that's what a few people seem to... think, that because you've got the ball all the time, you're the ones ahead in the game as such, you're playing better. That means nothing. When everyone knows Spurs aren't lethal with a ball, if anything, we are the better on the counter-attack. What do they care? They just sit back, wait for the same thing, and lo and behold, 2 of the same goals again.
Over the top, on the right, or down the left. Yeah. Like I said in the group chat, I've seen more fight out of the Tickle Me Elmo. You know what I mean?
Again, Mark, let me bring you in here. Again, it's so worrying, though, that we've gone straight back to tight. Romero's driving into midfield and kicking everything that moves, getting his booking. And to be fair, he should have been sent off. Let's be fair, he's been terrible this half. Van der Ven can't do anything in the air. Right, he's terrible in the air. Going forward, I mean, yeah, Odegaard and Tell have had a lot of the ball and done absolutely nothing with it, Mark. And our fans are saying, we've been good this half. We're 2-0 down at home to Nottingham Forest, Mark.
It's been very poor, mate. We said before the game about reverting to tight, didn't we? And he pretty much seems like he has done that. You can see, watching the game, that Porro and Spence are pushed right up. As soon as we've got the ball, they're pushed right up. So it just leaves Romero and Van der Ven, leaves us susceptible again, as usual. Romero, for me, has not been good. He is the one that has definitely reverted to tight, where he was stable against Frankfurt. He sat alongside Van der Ven, never left his position, and they look solid. He's moving in, making silly tackles again. You know, not getting the ball, and we're being put under pressure for it. You know, it's just, to me, it's just, you know, it's like Frankfurt game didn't exist Thursday, the tactics that Ange used, and he's just gone out the window again and gone pretty much the other way and to what we've been doing at home all season.
It's like living in the Matrix. I want to be unplugged from this crap right now. I really do.
It is the thing, if you think of any player that comes here, though, like I've had a couple question on me on what I said that I'd have Milinkovic over Romero all day long. I've said it for nearly 2 years. Every day. But I do agree with what...
For that, and how much were we abused and berated?
I could not care less.
Milinkovic?
There is a reason to it, yeah? I still think Romero is very overrated. And on his day, he can look like he can be world-class standards on his day.
Agreed.
Consistency, never in a million years. Now, I totally get what someone said on me. I think he's said to me, I think his name was Bobby. It's the tactics, yeah? We all know that. It is the tactics. You go and put these... You go and put Mully and Milinkovic in these two tactics, they get screwed. How many times have I said it? Go and get me the best defence ever. And I still think the best defence I have ever personally seen is an AC Milan one. And that team will still concede 40 plus 50 goals a season without fail. And that is why he will never, ever, ever get anywhere in the big leagues. Yes, he might get a cup. He can win a cup. I've said that from day as well. But I just can't see how people don't realise that just because a player can have a spectacular day, it don't mean he's a world-class player. For me, you've got to have consistency. And again, I'd have Milinkovic all day long over him.
Yeah, I was watching Milinkovic quite a lot when he was playing in Italy as well. Solid in Italy.
I did.
Yeah, he was solid in Italy for Fiorentina, and he's now solid for Nottingham Forest. The kid's massively underrated, and he's proven it week in, week out what top defender is. For me, with Romero, it's if the rest of the team's playing well around him, he'll put a shift in. Seeing as this has been dog shit week in, week out, from tactically standing anywhere, just I've heard all the excuses when the injuries come back. Look at us, we'll shoot up the league. We still haven't. I've said month on month, it's the tactics, it's the manager, he's not coaching. People still don't get this, and then I still get called in chat rooms when I'm on watching Sav live that I don't know what I'm talking about. Football is a very easy to understand game with the right tactics and the players playing the right way. It's not hard to understand.
It's where it gets frustrating going on show after show, and you are literally repeating yourself again and again and again, because it's the same shit, same game, same goals we've conceded, same players screwing it up. It just goes back. We might as well have done a show 9 months ago. All of us, get about 9 of us on here, done a show 9 months ago, and then just keep repeating it, but change the name on the top sort of thing for everyone, because it's just been the same shit all season.
It's worrying.
Go on, Corey. Go on, mate.
It's worrying because we're lucky that there are 3 worst teams in the league right now. Otherwise, we'd be in a relegation fight. You take away any other season we play like this, I can guarantee you now we'd be in the bottom 3. If the other 3 teams below us weren't as poor.
Oh, we would be in the bottom 3. That's just a fact. That's a fact. Look at where we are. We'd be in there with West Ham.
Yeah, statistically, you got to look at it as well. Like, we're getting average of 1.1 point a game now. It was 1.5 last week. It's now 1.1 point a game, or 1.1 a game. If we're lucky.
I've seen on other channels and things on X and everything else and that. Well, we ain't getting relegated, people. The season ain't been that bad. We're in the semi-final of the Europa. Right, oh.
That makes me laugh. How can you take that and say, "Way, we haven't been relegated"? I could say that about any other team above us. Every other team above us hasn't been relegated either. So there you go, everyone. Well done for not getting relegated. Everybody above us. Go on, Liverpool, go win the league.
What I will say is just to change tack slightly. If you watch Forest when they've got the ball in tight areas, the players that are giving and receiving the ball are on the move straight away to receive another pass. We ain't tracking them passes. We're not tracking them runners. Watch it closely. It happens week in, week out. They'll have 2 to 3 to 4 players playing little interchange 5-yard passes, getting themselves out of trouble, and we are not following their runs out of trouble to try and stop them. We're almost stationary, and they play two or three passes and they're out.
I know it's a very basic thing in football, but triangles. 3 people at a point. We're not even doing that, and that is a football fundamental.
Well, that's what
having a triangle to be able to look for a ball like this.
That's what his tactics are: 2 or 3 triangles on the basic pitch, and it don't even happen.
Listen. Look, for me, what I don't get is we're normalising losing. That's what's happened now. We are normalising these results. People pretending we've played well. They are normalising that this is okay. But we've had more shots. Well, we're at home playing against a team that counter-attack. This is what Nottingham Forest do, lads. This is what... Did anyone here tonight in this group, think that Nottingham Forest were going to come out and dominate possession?
No. It's not how they play.
So all of this, we've had all the ball. Yeah. Yes. I fully expect us to have 70, 75% of the ball. But look how good they are defensively. And they know it. They will deal with what we throw at them for the best part.
This is literally Nuno's MO as well. This is his tactic. This is how he understands football. The guy understands football. Every manager in the league understands football by one. Angepostecoglou and thfc. Man, I've been shouting it for 24 months. I've had death threats. Someone said something about my son, all because of a football opinion. At the end of the day, I was right 24 months ago. Oh, the first 10 games. Yeah, we were lucky in the first 10 games not to lose to Sheffield, if you recall. I said it 24 months ago. And I still stick to what I said 24 months ago now. This guy is clueless. He was... Well, someone in Australia turned around and said to him, if you ever go to the Premier League with these tactics, you're going to get found out. I can't remember what coach said that to him, but thank you. Eric Dyer, one of our former players who apparently was shit, turned around and said, this guy does not coach. Hello? Eric Dyer has said this manager can't coach.
No, but everyone said Eric Dyer saying that was like a bitchy little thing he done, and then a lot of people actually realised it was true. They thought it was Eric Dyer having a dig. And whether he was good enough at the club or not, you couldn't say he didn't care for the club. But he's every game. I'm not saying he was a good player, but he gave it everything he had every game. But he was not a good. But he's not a good overall player. Looks a lot better at Munich.
But I mean,
but he said it how it is, and people thought he was just digging at Ange basically because he'd been kicked out. It's not. It's just obvious what the problems are. When I can sit there, I was laying on my bed just watching the football with my wife sitting there, and I said, the way they're doing it, watch, they're going to open us up with 3 passes straight down the next thing, bang, straight in the back of the net with word for word what I said. Only thing was, it was offside.
I mean, but the worrying thing is, Dan, as well, when that cross comes in, again, how are our centre halves not dealing with it? Chris Wood, easy. The 2 headers, 1 offside, 1 goal. Both of them, no one dealt with him. No one dealt with him.
Both our centre-backs are absolutely crap in the air as well. Okay, Romero, for his size, he can get up there for a header. But in general, on the defensive style of it, Van der Ven he's one of the worst defenders in the air. That is his weak point. And a lot of people said that when we got him, basically. In the air is his weak point, especially considering how tall he is.
Yeah.
But it's just comical. I mean, you could probably have some 5'5" player running about out there, and he'd probably still beat Romero or Van der Ven in the air because they are that crap in the air. And sometimes you need that with the crosses and that. You have to have someone who can header that ball in your defence.
By the way, Kevin Danso, they're I don't know. They're focusing the camera on him. I think Kevin Danso is coming on. But again, guys, this is the whole thing. I was told that when Romero and Van der Ven came back, our defence would be sorted.
It's like what I jokingly said about the 90s film, White Men Can't Jump. You just put Van der Ven and Romero in that film. They literally just It's comical, isn't it? Just thinking about it. These guys are 6 foot plus and they can't get off the floor. You look at Milinkovic, he's 6'6", the same height as me. The guy can jump.
That is another reason why I would have him all day long over any defender we have got.
Romero and Van der Ven off. Danso and Davis on.
Can't be that bad, right? At least with Danso and Davis, we might actually see some sort of defence.
Ignore the timer. People ignore the timer. That's just me.
I'm waiting for us to score that one goal. Like one goal, then we could put our favourite picture up, the lost by 1 goal cup.
I thought just looking at that, he was going to change it to like 3 at the back and shut up shop, basically, when now we need to actually go and get the bloody goal. The last thing I'll say, that game in the Europa, yeah, okay, he got it right. He got his idea right. But to me, that just now shows how desperate this manager was, that he forced himself to change the tactics to the game, basically. And then when it comes to another game like this, we'll go back to the Ange way. Says it all for me.
Yeah.
Well, the 2 centre-backs on, 2 centre-backs off. See you later, guys. I'll see you all at full time.
Enjoy the game.
Man.
Peace.
See you guys.
All right, man.
So, guys and girls, it is what it is. It is what it is. I just don't know what to say anymore. There we go. We are off and underway. So, Davis and Danso on for Van der Ven and Romero, who have both been shit. And now Forest going immediately at Spurs. They're in again here, are they? No, Vicario's come out and saved that. So it is what it is. What have Tottenham got this half? As I said, guys, you all know I'm not one of these people. I do not subscribe to this fact. But it doesn't matter what happens in these league games. I think that is such a bad cop-out. 2 centre-backs off, 2 centre-backs on. Oh, my God. Tell has lost the ball out the pitch. Is that Tell or Spence? And now Forest, luckily for us, have given it away. Is that Tell or Spence? Tell it was. Now Tell is running at them. Can he beat his man? Tell running at them. Cuts in. No, he's got nothing. Nothing. Oh, jeez. Some people asking for Stanley on. Get Stanley on. We need some energy. God, he's got energy all right as Stanley. Will Hooper Tell or Spence racism? Mate, when they're both running and both their dreadlocks are running, how can I see it if I can't see the shirt? Jesus Christ. Let's block him. Okay, I'm not doing the racism game, man. We're far too old and mature for that here. Let's stop that nonsense. Absolute ridiculous. Maximus, fans like you don't understand. Not every time a manager comes in do we have to call something a rebuild. We're not. What have we rebuilt here? When people are saying rebuild, we haven't even started a rebuild. And any talk of the racism stuff, stop that. It's not what we do. It's not what we do. That's ridiculous. We were always going to have possession dominance. This is how Nottingham Forest play, James. I know you don't understand football, but that is how Nottingham Forest play. You have to be smarter. You have to be smarter. Something different. Something different is needed. You can have all the possession in the world. It doesn't mean we're playing well. Anyway, 48 minutes gone. Oh, the racist thing does my head in. Absolutely ridiculous. So, guys and girls, I mean, what do we do here? How do we even begin to get back into this game? Apparently, yeah, boys, I got called racist because I mixed up Jed Spence and Matisse Tell when they were running. You've got to laugh at these fucking imbeciles. Oh, utterly crazy. Anyway, here's Pedro Porro to Kulu. He gives it to Bentancur, out to Odeberg, whose cross wasn't good, but Forrest have cleared it for a throw. Big up to a user, said, please don't play the racist card. Not happy, leave. Absolutely, my man. Absolutely. Bit silly, the whole racist card thing. Bit silly, but hey, is what it is. Big up to you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Here's Porro, crosses the ball in, and then Murillo. They're just so good at the back. Here's Papa Sarr, goes out wide to Matisse Tell, cuts inside, gives the ball away. Now, I mean, look, we know what's going to happen here, right? We know what's going to happen here. Nottingham Forest are here to defend, right? Nottingham Forest are here to defend. It's how they play. They are hard to beat. They're organised. So let's stop this whole, we've had all the possession. Doesn't mean anything if you can't score goals. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. Linda, you're definitely racist if you mix up Postecoglou with a decent manager. You're managerist. You're managerist. Honestly. We've gone back to just being a bit of a gung-ho, no real style of play football club here, haven't we? Surely, though, I mean, can we get to 18 defeats? That would be one away from our worst ever. One away from our worst ever. Reezy, that's not how they play. Why don't you understand? This is not how they played. I did not miss what Tell just done, giving the ball away. This is not how Nottingham Forest play. They're not going. I don't care if we're one away from a final. You can't lose 18 league games in a season. You just can't. This is madness. We deserve this as a fan base. We deserve this. Being in a final, none of the other clubs get in a final and lose 18 games so far in a season. It's madness. Here's Porro, crosses the ball. Awful. It's just so bad. Just so bad. Forest are a team that counter. We know they're going to sit in. Forest are through on goal. Forest should be 3-0 up. Forest should be 3-0 up. Gibbs White flashed a shot past the post. Yeah, Jay, he started to be really silly lately. He was funny at first. Now he's just started to drain me. I'm there with him. I'm there with him. I'm there with him. I really am. I'm there with him. It makes me laugh how these fans do not understand football tactics. This is how they play. This is how Nottingham Forest play. They're bringing on Hudson-Odoi, which is nice. Here's Nico Williams. Crosses the ball into Chris Woods. And it's offside. Offside. Sorry, my mates, not YouTube mate, my proper mates are all laughing in my group about the racist comment. Just all having a laugh. Especially no, it's not going to say it. All having a laugh. All having a laugh. Oh, dearie me, Tottenham Hotspur never change. Never, ever change Tottenham. Oh, you can. And he's not in a final yet. You can sack him. You can sack him. And absolutely, we're not in a final yet. So Hudson-Odoi is coming on, and so is, oh God, they're bringing on Yates. We know he's going to wind us up. So Anderson, I think, is going off. Is he? No? Oh, he's just having a chat with the manager. So it looks like Dominguez. It looks like Dominguez. Reezy, shit. Get him out. Get him out. How can you still back this manager? It is absolutely mind-blowing. Hudson-Odoi and Yates on for Danilo and Dominguez. So it means now they've got two quick players on the counter-attack. Forest are just so well organised, aren't they? Forest are just so well organised. I want anyone, if we get to Bilbao, I want anyone taking that game other than Angepostecoglou. I just anyone but Angepostecoglou. I spoke to Wolfie earlier, by the way. People said, I said to Wolfie, you're going to batter us. I said to him, you're going to batter us. At the moment, as it stands, 18 defeats in 33 games. 18 in 33 as it stands. Even a draw at this stage, it's just embarrassing, isn't it? And we've got Liverpool on Sunday. That's going to be 19. Rob, 18 in 33. I mean, listen, we might come back and save this, but at the moment, 18 in 33 sounds horrific, doesn't it? Here we go. What percentage of 33 is 18?
The answer is approximately 54.5.
So rounding it up, 55%. I don't know what to say, guys. I genuinely don't know what to say. Trevor, I try and talk real facts. Unfortunately, I've got a lot of children that join in that just say stupid shit. This is one of them, Reezy. He's one of them. Spurs have won a corner. Mate, I've always been Team Samsung. I can't stand iPhones. But that's a conversation for another day. Oh, we've had it off the line. Off the line. That's as close as we've come. Off the line. Here's Hudson-Odoi. Now at the other end. Tripped by Bentancur. Free kick to Forest. Off the line. That's as good as it gets. Guys and girls, when does it end? When does it end? Starting to open them up now. I don't remember their keeper having anything to do. I genuinely don't know what you're watching. Open them up how? It's 63 minutes gone. I don't remember what their goalkeeper's doing. Big up to Fane. So completely off topic, but do you think Cunha is a good signing for Man United if they get him? Absolutely. It's a top footballer. Absolute top footballer. Yeah, listen, I really appreciate the super chat. What a top footballer Cunha is. Anyone getting him, mate, is absolutely lucky. Big up to you. That's very generous of you. So thank you very much, my man. Thank you very much. There's a foul by Gibbs White on yellow card for Gibbs White. When is the season ending? When is the season ending? Because it just goes on and on and on and on, doesn't it? 25 minutes to go. Spurs give the ball away instantly. Instantly give the ball away. And there's Anderson out wide. Nico Williams crosses it in. It's gone. Danso's headed it clear. And again, Tottenham, on the counter-attack, Forest are very good. And Matisse Tell is not. Oh, don't worry, though. Brennan Johnson and Solanke are coming on. Do you know what, though? Every single Spurs fan should be Ange out. There should be no arguments. There shouldn't be anyone in this fan base watching us about to lose our 18th league game in 33 saying, you know what? You know what? I like this manager because he's got to a semi-final by beating Frankfurt and AZ Alkmaar. Hit it. Oh, gosh. They're so good at the back. They're so good at the back. They're so good. Oh, please put us out of misery. Please put us out of misery, Daniel Levy. I can't stand him either, but he's the only one. He's the only one that can put us out of misery. As Sells is down, you're not missing anything. Sells is down injured. It's making the Frankfurt game look more and more silly, isn't it? If you know what I mean. So Teller's gone off, and so has Kulu. Oh, sorry. So not Tell, sorry. Got the wrong number. Okay, so it's Odeberg that's gone off. Subdue Light. There's a legacy fan right there. There's a legacy fan. I never ever thought I would see something worse. I never thought I would see something worse than Christian Gross. This is just mental. Oh, Jesus Christ, look at that. Oh, no. Stop it, Tottenham. Stop it. Stop it. Oh. Here's Toffolo. Bentancur heads it forward. Then Spurs give it away in midfield. So what's he actually done here then? I can't work it out. You've got Richie and Solanke up top. So Richie and Solanke up top. Johnson and Tell wide with Sarr and Bentancur in midfield. Is that right? I don't even care. I don't even care at this stage. I've never seen Spurs this shit. I've never seen us this bad. Let's, sorry, let's just block this guy. Sorry, 1 second. Let me block this guy. Savva the racist. Sure. Savva the racist. Should have been at my wedding where my best man was black, but you know, fucking hell, racist. Oh, racist fella. Idiot. Oh, so 70 minutes. We're just coming up to 70 minutes. Normal service has been resumed, as Gary said. Morton Barley. As you said, Gary, normal service. Piercy, I've got no idea, mate. I've got no idea. We've just got a load of Spurs fans that want this. Loads of Spurs fans want this guy. It's unbelievable. Why do we deserve this? What have we done to deserve this? Spurs have a corner. Probably presents our best chance, doesn't it? Here's Tell with a corner. And it's hacked away by the Forest defender to the halfway line, where Vicario's come all the way out to get it. Here's Danso. Is he going to have a shot from far? It's not far wide. I mean, it's one of our better chances. We've had to rely on a centre half driving forward. They sat off him. He unleashed a shot left-footed, and then it just dragged wide. But the clock is it wasn't good in the end, was it? He skewed it wide. At least he had an attempt. Fair play to him. It's just Forest haven't really had to do a lot here. Have they? That's the worry for me. It looks like Taiwo Awoniyi is coming on. That's good news, isn't it? Surely, 18 defeats. I mean, we need 2 goals just to stop it being 18 defeats. That's mental. That is utterly mental when you think about it. We need 2 goals just to stop it being 18 defeats for the season in the league. And I think, would that be 22 defeats overall? Utterly crazy. Forest, at the moment, Forest haven't had to do anything, have they? Their game plan's been perfect. Their game plan has been perfect. Here's Brennan Johnson into Bentancur. Out wide to Spence. He'll go again to Tell. James Hunter, if you keep trolling, I'll just get rid of you. You're being an idiot. Tell with a high ball. So 2 defeats in the Europa, 1 in the FA Cup, 1 in the League Cup, 18 at the moment here. So we're currently looking at 22 defeats. Wow. Just wow. I mean, we're up at a 55% defeat rate unless we get 2 goals in the next 14 and a half minutes. Can anyone tell me how many home defeats would this be in the league, please, this season? Can anyone find that out for me? How many home defeats would this be? Here's Spence running through. That's good. He's got in. He's whipped across in. It's all the way to the back post. And it was too deep. And Johnson couldn't quite keep it in. 8 Premier League home defeats. Wow. Wow. 8. Is that 8 in 16? We got 2 more at home. So this is 8 in 16. So we've got a 50% defeat rate at home. Wow. This is mad. We've won 6 home games this season in 16. Wow. 5 away. Jesus Christ. Oh, just when you think it can't get any worse. Here's Tell on the left-hand side. He's laid it off to Danso. Danso lays it off to Porro. Guys, would anyone be able to find out for me what's our lowest ever number of home wins in a Premier League season? Sorry, I know I'm asking you stupid, so I just can't while I'm doing this. So our lowest number of home wins in a Premier League season, not in our history, in a Premier League season. Steve, big up my man Strasbourg. Steve, where you been hiding, bro? I thought we'd win 2-1. I thought we might have some impetus coming from the other night. What's our lowest number of home wins, please? Oh, my God. Look at Hudson-Odoi. Tell you what, luckily there. Luckily there. By the way, in 2025, we've won 5 home games. Elfsborg, Man United, Alkmaar, Southampton, and Liverpool. 4. 4 wins. Wow. Well, at least we've won 6. This shit is just mad, isn't it? Oh, gosh. What is this utter dross? What is this dross we are watching? Rich, I have got your WhatsApp, by the way. I don't know how you got my mobile number, but I've got your WhatsApp. I will message you later, mate. Here's Saw. Look how Forest get in at people so quickly. Great save. That's the best chance for Spurs of the game. Richarlison with a header, low down, saved by Matt Sells. That's a great save from Sells. We just can't get through, can we? Let's have a look. It was the best moment of the game. Cross in, Richarlison down low. That's a great save. That's a great save. Great save. What a good save that was. Bergvall is on. Bergvall is on. Here's Brennan Johnson for Papa Sarr. Here's Brennan Johnson. And it's over. I'll tell you what, Johnson, that's not a bad cross from Johnson. And the ball's gone over. The ball's gone over the bar for a corner kick. This is where we've been most dangerous, isn't it? Set pieces. Cross comes in, headed clear, easy that time by Nico Williams. No, we shouldn't be 2-0 down in the first place. Shouldn't be 2-0 down to have to be doing this. Here's Porro. Blocked and headed wide by Murillo. Brennan Johnson heads it back. Back in, headed clear. Milenkovic is a beast. Give me Milenkovic over Christian Romero all day, every bloody day. He is a beast and is not reckless. Hang on, here's Ben Davies, crosses the ball. It's going to go. No, we're so strong. They're so strong in defence. Big up to you. I said, love the content, Savva. Lost my 12-year-old son recently, and your stream views help. I'm so sorry to hear that, man. It's given me a bit of a... I'm so sorry to hear that. Obviously, more important than anything, football. I'm so sorry for that, my friend. Email me. Please email me. I'll come back to this at the end of the game. I'm so sorry to hear that. So sorry to hear that. Here's Porro, cleared again by Forest. They can deal with everything we've got. Doesn't matter if you have so many chances. We went 2-0 down. This is what teams will do. Here's Tell. Cuts in, across the box, defended by Forest, cleared for a throw-in. So sorry to hear that, man. That's kind of knocked me for 6 a little bit, that has. No one should be losing their life at that age. And for you to lose somebody that's 12 is 4. Knocked me for 6 a little bit, my man. I'm sorry about that. Headed clear again by Forest. They can deal with everything at the moment, can't they? Porro, headed clear again. Spence, slice it clear. No, I'm sorry. All I'm saying is that there is a positive to take. Nah, not doing this. Big up to Ant London to get this fraud out now. Save the season. Arian, our mate, I'm so gutted that this manager is still at the football club. I'm so gutted this manager is at the football club. I just hate how we play. All we're doing is we go behind, then we throw the kitchen sink and everyone goes, oh, positives, we've played well. Not you, but these people, it's just mad. Absolutely mad. Absolutely mad. Thank you very much for the super chat. That's very generous, as my TV thinks it's going to power itself off. (2-0). They've sat in, worked hard. Their game plans worked. Ours, I don't even know what our game plan was. 84.5 gone. We're about to lose our 18th game at home. What do you mean? Stop it. Grow up. Grow up, Lurts. We're not doing this. Every game we lose, you go, well, we can take positives, but we keep losing. So what positives? What does that translate into? Here's Hudson-Odoi on the counter-attack. Played into Winyi. Good tackle by Bentancur. And then a really good 50-50 between Yates and, was that Bentancur? Love to see that in football. A nice hot-blooded 50-50 as Spurs win the free kick. That's why they put Yates on. That's what he does. The only positive has got to be that we are one closer. There's a massive mentality problem at Spurs. Massive. And half our fan base have got it. What? It can, of course it's been all Spurs. Of course it's been all Spurs. That's how Nottingham Forest play. Nottingham Forest are a counter-attacking team. That's what they do. Of course it's going to be all Spurs. But we conceded 2 goals and now they've shut up shop. It's what they do. Brett, grow up again. I'm not angry. We've scored. Richarlison has pulled one back for Tottenham Hotspur. It was going to be a header. The cross came in and Richarlison has headed into the bottom corner. Can Tottenham salvage this game? Can we salvage this? Get the ball, boys, and get back to the halfway line. That doesn't deserve celebrating. Get back to the halfway line. Let's have a look. Porro whips it in. Good header from Richie. Good header from Richie. I'll give him that. Very good header. 2-1. We've given ourselves a fighting chance. I just can't. I can't do it. I can't do these people. I can't do these people. I can't do these people. These people are everything wrong with our fan base. Everything wrong with our fan base. You don't deserve to win a game when you go 2-0 down at home in 20 minutes. No. No, you don't. It's utterly, utterly crazy. I'm going to start blocking these dickheads now. It's just ridiculous. It's just utterly, utterly ridiculous. We have fallen so low that this is where we're at. That we're at the stage where we can go 2-0 down in 20 minutes. 2-0 down. They've had some lucky-ass goals. How were their goals? I don't know what we're doing here. I don't know what we're doing here. I don't know what we're doing here at all. You watch. If we salvage a draw, it'll be celebrated like we're a brilliant team. It's so poor. Here's Bentancur. Plays the ball forward into Bergvall. Don't give it away, Bergvall. He's fouled in the midfield. And Tottenham have a free kick. There's a minute and a half to go. By the way, Richarlison, 2 goals in 2 Premier League games. Why can't Solanke ever score? Why can't Solanke? Let's get rid of this Lurs. He's a fucking idiot. I've got rid of him. I'm losing my patience with idiots now. I'm just getting rid of idiots now. I'm not doing this. Here's Danso. Can Spurs salvage a point? Here's Bentancur. Danso. Now out to Davis. Out wide to Tell. Needs something from him. Tell shoots, blocked. And then Ben Davis with I don't know what he thinks he's doing there. A 50, it felt like a 40-yarder. Madness. Foxy. Forest went 2-0 up, sat in. Spurs couldn't break them down. It's that simple. It's that simple, Foxy. Forest have done what Forest do. Brett, but played well at what? Forest letting us have the ball and just defending. That's what Nottingham Forest do. I don't understand how none of you have ever watched Nottingham Forest play. I just don't understand it. This is what they do. 5 minutes of injury time. 5 minutes of injury time. Here's Ben Davis. It's a big 4 or 5 minutes for both clubs, this for me, because we can't go 18 defeats in the league. As the ball goes over, Richie can't control it, and the ref's given a free kick. I don't even know what happened there. This is what I mean by Barrack disdain. These people don't get it. People are going, oh, we've had loads of chances. Yes, that's what Nottingham Forest do. Nottingham Forest are happy with that because they will defend for their lives. It's what they do. These fans go, we've played well. At what? At what have we done well? We've had some good chances, but this 18 unlucky defeats. Bang on. Matt Sells has got a yellow card here. Exactly this. Isn't it funny how people who understand football, Forest have a structure and a system. Spurs are off the cuff. Absolutely. Everything Spurs do is panic. Everything we do is panic. So Morgan Gibbs-White is off. Ramon Sosa is on. Exactly, Gaz LFC. Gaz LFC, this is exactly what they did to Liverpool when they won. But people think chances means you've played well. Well, we're playing against a team that don't want the football. Here's Hudson-Odoi. It's ghosted by Bergvall like he's not there. Now played the ball out to Milenkovic. He swept a ball wide. I think we should win that in the air. No, they've won that. It's gone into Wonyi. But now you've got Vicario gets it to Bergvall. What have we got? Bergvall's going to drive forward. Plays a ball into Porro. Now out to Brennan Johnson, who's tripped. And now Spurs have an opportunity to get a goal here. We've got a cross. This is where we've got most of our joy. It's just awful. Just what are we doing? Yes, James, because we're set up not to defend. It's really simple. This is it. This is the last chance for Tottenham. What? No, have we won yet? You're my wife. Have you won yet? So 1 minute to go. 1 minute, 15 seconds to go. It's a free kick. What can Spurs get out of this? Forest with every single man back behind the ball. Cross whipped in. Flicked away. Out to Tell. Tell, what have you got? Tell hits the first man. He's been dreadful for me. Now he's luckily he gets the ball again, but Nico Williams will get there. Nico Williams takes it off Tell like candy from a baby. Now the ball is played down the line to Wanyi, brings it down on his chest, takes on Jed Spence, and now the throw-in. Wanyi wants it. Spence wins it. And now here's Danso. There's 30 seconds to go. Honestly, Tell, I just don't get it. I don't get Matisse Tell. And now Porro's gone down. Get up, mate. It's a throw-in. Get up. Porro's gone down holding his foot. Anyway, it's a throw to Forest. The ball's gone down the line. Tottenham need to get it forward, but Forest have cleared it over the top. They're through here, but Jed Spence is there with, I think that's Sosa, one-on-one with Jed Spence. He crosses it, and Danso gets his head on it, and then Wanyi tries to have a shot, but it flies wide, and he's dragged the ball to the corner spot where Bentancur trips him. It's a free kick to Forest. And that's going to be it. It's going to be our 18th defeat. It's going to be our 18th defeat. There's Forest have got a free kick down by the corner flag. I think Tell's been dreadful, by the way. Here's Sosa down by the corner flag, and a Tell gives away another free kick. This is going to be 18 defeats in 33 at home. This will be our 8th home defeat. Our 8th home defeat. It's all getting very, very embarrassing. And here's Wanyi trying to hold it in there, and it's a goal kick to Tottenham, but the ref has blown the whistle. Tottenham Hotspur are utterly, utterly shit. Let's call it for what it is. We are an absolute mess of a football club right now, with cracks being papered over. Cracks are being papered over. Danny, we lost by 1 goal trophy. Shall I get it out? Do I need to get it out?
Mate, how can anyone even justify that football? But you know what they're going to say, don't you? Is, yeah, well, we done it when it mattered in the Europa quarter. Just when are people really going to wake up and smell the fucking coffee here, yeah, and realise that this manager is diabolical? He goes back when it looks like he's got it right. And I think that last game, he intentionally got it right because his head was well and truly on the line. Because I think the only thing that can rescue him at Spurs is winning that Europa, even though I'd still rather see him gone if we won it. And it almost forced him into doing something. And then when you go back to the next game and play exactly the same way as you have done every other game you've lost, don't change no tactics in the game, really. And you're back to square one again. When are people going to realise it is the tactics? Yes, the players ain't playing with their heart. I'll give it that. Would you? with that manager and those tactics? Would you want to be a defender? Would you want to be a goalkeeper? Sure as hell I wouldn't. I mean, even the way we play out front, we don't get no bloody service up there.
Mate, what I don't understand. So let me remove the background. What I don't understand. Welcome, Macau. What I don't understand about this is it is the same excuses from the same fans for the same performance every single week.
Okay.
It is, but we had chances. But we've had possession. But we only lost by 1 goal. Dan, if these people can't understand football at the basics, right? Nottingham Forest came to do what Nottingham Forest do. Nottingham Forest don't want the football. Nottingham Forest aren't set up to have possession. They are set up to snatch goals on the counter-attack and to defend. And they did that brilliantly today. They've done it brilliantly at places like They beat Man City that way.
Liverpool.
They beat Liverpool that way. This is what they do. And our fans say, oh, but we were the better team. What?
Well, because we can pass the ball across the back 5 or 6 times to the keeper and then back across the back 4 again.
You know, it shows like the amount of
Madness.
passes we got and everything and that, and like had a 90% say clear passing and that. Yeah, that's only because me and you stood next to like 6 foot of each other and tapped the ball to each other about 30 times. This is terrible. I mean, I know I'll give it that most of these players ain't good. And how any of them are even, like half of them are even at an international level, I will never even know. But they are. And pretty much all of that first team are international players. Would you believe that? I mean,
But,
that today
yes, I would,
was
Dan,
lame.
because I've seen most of them not in an Ange-Postecoglou system. So yes, I would.
No, I mean, if you hadn't seen them and known they was an international player,
Sure.
You would not think they are international players.
Yeah.
They play like a bunch of throwbacks. Simple as that. They are awful. It's the system. You can make this team better. Up front, I think we're poor anyway, yeah? But you can make this defence pretty solid, I think. I think you could make this midfield significantly better.
Sure.
Up front, okay, it's lame. I mean, look at the choice we have up there of like, what was it, nearly 200 million we spent on bloody Solanke, Richarlison and Johnson.
But do you know the thing is, Dan, for me, and Corey as well, Mikal, the thing for me is, I think we are misconstruing, let's not use words like that. I think we are confusing dominating games and playing good football with panic. Charlotte, he's got the bath mat. Sorry, that's the puppy, by the way. Sorry, that's the weirdest thing to have come out my mouth. But we are confusing playing good football, right, and chances with this chaotic style of football we play when we're losing. How many games, you two? How many games do we have to see where we're losing, but then start getting loads of crosses in the box and chances, and people go, we played well. We're 2-0 down after 20 minutes at home.
It's every game.
It's the way you've got to do it.
Ray Charles, the late, great Ray Charles, could see the fucking problems with this game. The guy's blind. And they'll, kick the can in 2008. But, I mean, still one of my favourite musicians.
And then you know what we're going to do at the before the start of next season or in the transfer market, where we actually need some quality, we will go and panic buy it instead of going to House of Fraser and getting a nice pair of jeans up there, a nice pair of Armani, Versace, whatever jeans up there. We're probably rushing to Aldi's and buy about 7 or 8 pairs of bloody jeans, and then wonder why they lose their colour in the bloody wash in the first bloody spin. That is exactly what we do.
And it will stain the rest of your clothes.
Exactly. We panic in every single way, whether it's buying players, whether it's playing games. I mean, even Vicario, for me, at the moment, looks like he needs to get dropped. Those past 3 games, I think he has been fucking awful. I mean, like James says here, we shop at Primark. We don't, mate. We don't go for that quality. We go for Aldi's. We go for Aldi's, mate. There's no Primark in it. Primark's much better.
Let's look at the game. Mikal, let me bring you in, right? How you doing, bro? You all right?
Yeah, everything all right.
Yeah.
I visited the family for Easter. Had a lot of good time. Yeah. No. Lots of alcohol actually, because we celebrated us getting engaged. So the family
kind of have to with Tottenham, don't we?
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing, guys, by the way, is I'm hearing that this is our most ever home defeats in a Premier League season. I don't know if that's 100% true. If it is, you're probably exactly. It sounds like it would be, right? Guys, let's analyze the game, because again, it's another game where we've come out the blocks and in 10 minutes we're 1-0 down, right? Within 20 minutes, we're 2-0 down. And then what's happening is you go 2-0 down. Let's be fair. Nuno Santos would have said to them, guys, if you go up nice and early, you know what to do, right? They sit in Milenkovic and Murillo, who are absolute beasts, by the way. Just deal with everything. But our fans think that is us playing well because we have all the football. We've lost our way as a fan base. We've lost our way as a club. This is the worst, guys. I think I'm your age, Dan, but the others I'm older than. This is the worst I've ever seen Tottenham Hotspur. No, one win against Frankfurt, by the way, guys, does not change that for me. This is the worst I've ever seen Tottenham Hotspur. It's an utter shambolic disgrace. And this man, I'm ranting now, this man gets all through the chat. I've heard, can't blame Ange. It's not Ange's fault. When Romero and Van der Ven come back, we're going to be brilliant. We won't let in those types of goals. But we've had loads of chances. But we're getting crosses in the box. How bad does it have to get before this manager gets the sack? This is just beyond incompetence. And I now need a wee after that rant.
Where has my Levy gone? Where has my Levy gone? Where's that guy gone that sacked Martin Yolt half time at Getafe? 7 days before cup final with Jose, sacked him. I've seen better managers sacked for less. And this clown doesn't understand football. It's what I linked up in the group chat. Pochettino in 2 seasons lost 16. Get that, 16 games in 2 years. This guy has lost now 18 in the Premier League in 1 season alone. Add last year's defeats to it. That's pushing up past 30. All competitions is close to the 40 mark. 40 mark. Pochettino in 5 seasons had 45 losses in all competitions in 5 years. Sorry, 5 years.
It is just shocking. And then we know we need some quality in that team. And we all know Spurs have got the money. We just don't pay the bloody wages, yeah? You don't have to go out and buy world-class players, yeah? There's only 5 teams that can probably actually afford to do that. You just got to go and you just got to get your scouts to do their work. I mean, do you know what? I'm not even messing about when I say this. I actually mean this, yeah? Go stick me, Mike, Corey, Savva, Mark, Stel, and another 2 of us on the scouting market and go and scout some players that we can afford and will be better than what we've got. I think we could actually do it. If these are the type of players that our scouts actually bring in, and we go and bring in like a Timo Werner for 165 grand a fucking week, yeah? And then we go and get a Tell for 10 million, who isn't even ready, really, to play Premier League football, I don't think. Not consistently. Maybe a game or 2, because he ain't ready for Bundesliga yet. I honestly think we could go out and find better players than this.
There are so many better players out there. I've been the biggest fan of a certain little Argentinian kid that I've been watching close to 5 years. He's now playing in France. I mean, there are so many good young players out there we can get. You've got Angel Gomez that's coming to an end of his contract in France. Very good player. You've got Jonathan David. I would take over any of these fucking front 3 right now. Jonathan David. Still a better player than Solanke, still a better player than Richarlison, and can play on either wing. You're telling me that you can't go and get these guys in on a free contract?
You know what I've noticed, boys, right? It's like a year ago when we had shows like this, right? I was eager to get my voice in, right? And, get my opinion in. I wanted to voice my opinion, right? I've noticed recently, like past 2 or 3 shows, when someone is talking, I'm not even like bothering to get my voice in. I'm just sitting here listening, and I'm just like, yeah.
Get a refund on the shirt, mate. Yeah. See if you can get a refund on that shirt and go and support your local team. Probably be better.
Nah, we are 17th in the league.
Mate,
we're not getting relegated!
No. I mean, my local team is 17th out of 18. Right, okay. So,
guys, just quickly, big up to everybody in the chat. Please smash the like button. There's 1,400 of you in here and only 600 likes, which is really I mean, it's shit. It's really, really bad if we're going to be honest. Also, if there's 1,400 of you in the chat, we should be getting more subscribers. We've had 35 subscribers tonight, but there's 1,400 of you in here. So please do smash that button. The pin is linked. Guys, look, let's try and look for a positive. The only positive I can come out with from tonight is that Richarlison has 2 Premier League goals in 2 Premier League games. He looks much better in the air for me than Solanke. He had another effort that was turned around the post with his head. And that is me completely clutching at straws to try and bring I don't know, just something. Mark, let me come to you. I said before the game about that. Again, balls are whipped in the box. At least Richarlison's getting on them and making the keeper work. Is that a positive, or am I a clown right now for trying to suggest this?
How many crosses? 48. 48 crosses tonight, I believe. 48 or 49 crosses into the box. And we're talking about getting 1-2 headers on 48 crosses. What are we doing here?
Not good enough. Not good enough.
What are we doing? No, it ain't good enough. It's shite.
What are they teaching them in the? What they
realise that, the better.
What are they teaching them when they're coached? What are they teaching them when they're coached, Cookie?
They're not teaching them nothing because he ain't coaching them because it's the same crap week in, week out. Sick of it, man. I'm sicking of watching this crap. We said before the game, will he have the bollocks to do what he was doing against Frankfurt, or will he revert to type? And he pretty much reverted to type.
You know the positive we can take from this? The best picture that Savva has going, the lost by 1 league goal.
Oh, hang on. Hang on. Let's get it out.
Oh,
everyone ready? Let's do the old Hang on. We only lost by 1. We're not going down. We're not going down. This is where we're at as a fan base, that we're laughing that we lose so many games by 1 goal that we're celebrating it. But don't worry, because he beat Frankfurt with a penalty to get us into the semi-final of the Europa League. Guys,
Go on, Bodo. Go on, Bodo.
It's, you know, look, again, like, Savva, let's be honest, this game is a friendly. I'm just happy we didn't get any, like, what are we?
How's this a friendly? It's the Premier League.
This is the Premier League. What are we doing? Like, you know.
Where's the standards? Where's the standards here?
People don't get it.
These geezers are getting paid hundreds of, it doesn't matter what they're getting paid. They're contracted to the team, to the club.
How did Forest not look better than us? They defended better than us. The keeper's better than fucking our keeper.
By the way, is anyone else worried about that? Vicario seems to have gone to toffee the last month or so, doesn't he? He just looks dreadful.
He still makes a good world-class save. I'd say 9 out of 10 in a game, because he just has to, yeah? And as a shot stopper, I think he's one of the best. But as an overall keeper, I've had these debates with people all day long. He's not a good overall keeper. He's a good goalkeeper. But overall, there's a lot of goalkeepers out there who can do more than he can. But purely on his shot stopping,
old-fashioned keeper that way.
I think he's what. Yes, he is. He's not a sweeper keeper. He's a sort of, even though he's not the size of it. Yeah,
hang on, one of you. I can't hear when you both talk. Sorry, it's just you drown each other out.
Sorry, I'm agreeing with what you're saying. I mean, a goalkeeper was always, you go back 20 years, a goalkeeper was always Hench, Peter Cech, Seaman, Schmeichel, that sort of thing. But he is more of an old school goal. No, but he was still pretty hench, yeah? I mean, you look at Vicario, he don't exactly look scary, does he? There's nothing of him. Like, height-wise, yeah, but body-wise, he doesn't exactly look built, of him, does he? But he does play more as an old-school, what I would call an old-school keeper. He is not a sweeper keeper. He's not good on his feet at all. He is not assertive when he comes out for the ball on a cross or a corner. Yes, he's improved a little bit this year, but as a goalkeeper, he is a good keeper on a shot stopper. One of the best we've in the Premier League, I'd say, top 4. But there are, if you want to weigh him up on everything,
Robbo, isn't he? Really, Robbo was probably one of our best keepers we ever had, and then obviously now we've got Vicario. I mean, take away the 10 years that Hugo gave us. Towards the last 3 years of those 10 years he was with us, he was really declining. Even Hugo doesn't make as many decent saves as what Vicario does, but that first goal was unlucky. The bounce took it away from him. Really, he had a finger on it, but just not enough. But that was a very lucky first goal. The second goal was just a pure header with space. What are our defenders doing? You can't blame the keeper for the second goal when your defence has gone to sleep.
Did you watch Will Still? Did you watch Will Still? Who's on Sky Sports right now? On Sky Sports right now at half time. And he's completely having a go at our defence. Will Still, who's that Lance manager, I can't believe you don't know him, Savva, because you're on the Constant Football Manager.
Alex,
Will Still was the kid that made it famous on Football Manager and took up football.
Hang on. Alex, you didn't ask me if I knew Will Still. You said, am I seeing him on Sky Sports? Yeah, Will Still was the young manager that everyone was talking about. And he was coaching without a coaching badge at one point, right?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. Savva, come on now, Bob. You know what Mr. Box Office is like. You know, I love you anyway. You know, I love you to bits. You know what I'm like.
Alex,
the point is, though,
Alex, we lost by 1 goal, mate.
I know.
We only lost by 1 goal. Get in, Ange.
I know. It's silly season, isn't it? You know what I mean? You know, but Will Still's completely just torn it to pieces. Literally torn it to pieces. This guy looks like a guy that knows what he's doing. I mean, we should have him. I mean, I've seen loads of news about us being interested in him being as our new coach or something like that. I mean, I'd rather have him as our coach, because if he can see it, even Alex's dad is seeing it right now. He says, Alex, I can't believe what I'm seeing. It's ridiculous.
Alex, I've got the best two, the manager and assistant manager, that do better than Ange. Bill and Ben, the fucking flower plot men. They'd do a better job.
Listen.
Dick and Don would do a better job. The Chuckle brothers.
Yeah, but let's. Hang on, I want to keep it. Hang on, I want to keep it football. Right? I want to keep it football. Right. Look, this is yet another. I'm watching it now on Sky Sports. I'm seeing Will Still pointing out all this stuff. But this, anybody, guys, that seems to talk about the Spurs games does this. They get to the end of a game, completely rip us apart and pick apart how bad we are. And still, we've got loads of fans that want this. Like, why are they not seeing what we're all seeing? How are there still people that want this manager in?
Well, only have police, aren't we? So.
Oh, well. Sorry, the rose-tinted glasses are still on for these guys.
Did anyone actually... I mean, I presume you watched the hour before the game and that, yeah? How long did they actually spend on talking about how piss poor our defence is? And showing it in every which way on how we get open down the middle every time without fail. Carragher just absolutely picked it apart on there, and so did the other fella with him.
Will Still, exactly, because he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. They absolutely picked us apart on there and spent the majority of the time just talking about how absolute crap we are.
They're doing it right now, Dan. They're doing it right now.
Bonnie Blue.
They're doing it right now, Dan. They're literally doing it right now.
Sorry, all these silly little comments about Bill and Ben and Bonnie Blue. Can we? I want to talk football. It's a football channel, guys. But yeah, you're right. They are doing it right now, Alex. I can see them right now pulling us apart for. We're not marking players. This is the thing. When we've got fans sitting there, and don't worry, I'll be debating Lubo about this on Stell's channel at 5:30. When he's going, we were a better team. We deserve this. How can we be when we defend like that? How can we defend this badly and be this badly set up and then have the audacity to say we're the better team at anything? This has got to stop. Possession does not mean better team.
Possession
Nottingham
doesn't
Forest,
win you the football game, does it?
Nottingham Forest want the opposition to have the ball. When Nottingham Forest play Manchester City in the FA Cup semi-final, what's going to happen, guys?
they're going to put 8 to 10
We're gonna
men
be
behind
tight.
the ball and then break City down and then score on the counter.
If that's how they're gonna, that will be their plan basically, because they have got a more than stable enough defense who could sit back and take the crap, take the pressure, take the balls coming in, and still defend. This is why, again, I will still say it again. I will have Milenkovic all over Romero all day. And I called this at the start of the season. Watch these players that Forest got. Milenkovic would have a better season than Romero. No, I ain't got a clue. Sorry, I just maybe look on football a bit different on what my defenders to do. Yes, if it comes to going forward and passing, Romero is better. Tell me what he is more consistent at. Okay, he's won a World Cup. Or should we say Messi won that World Cup for him? Okay, he's won other cups with his country. But every time he plays for us, he is so... It's like 1 minute he's there, 1 minute he's gone. 1 minute he's there, 1 minute he's got. He's never, ever with the game. Hardly ever. Bar that last game that we had, I don't think I've actually seen him that stable on the pitch all season.
The thing is, when
People
you say
still
that
pick
about
up this
Savage,
defender as a world-class defender. I think he's good, but I think he's so overrated. It is unreal.
I would agree with you on that, Dan. When people say, "Oh, they would rather have Romero over Savage," they clearly haven't watched anything outside the Premier League, let alone done their research properly into what players are like. We signed Romero off the back of probably his best season when he was voted young defender of the year or whatever it was.
It was voted defender of the year in Italy.
Defender of the year. But then again, you say that in most of the defenders in Italy, because the defense is in Italy, they're hard to break down. Fiorentina, well, I'm not going to say Roma because they've been a horse of dog shit this year. AC Milan, Inter, Juve, hard to break down. Fiorentina, hard to break down. Lazio, hard to break down. These teams are coached in a way that league has been given to us for over the last 30 years. Teams are hard to break down. They have good defenses. They are strong. They're hard to break down. When people aren't looking at what players potentially do, for 12 million as well for Savage, Jesus, snap that guy up, give him a contract, and bring him in. I would go down on him. This guy needs to come to Tottenham.
On it. First time I ever done a show with Savva, I'd done a show with Savva when I come on as a guest. Spoke about a lot of things, and he can vouch me on this. I stated on there, clear as day, one player I want all day long, get us Milenkovic. He will do this. Now, I admit, if he's playing Angie's way, any defender is just going to look like a clown because it is just not a defensive way in any means or manner. But I just cannot see how people big up Romero as much as they do.
Because every now and then, Dan, like last Thursday, he was brilliant. Right? Yeah. Because what we do is we see the anomaly. We see the anomaly. So, for example, let me give you a player who's done nothing, like Tell, right? What will happen is he might get a great goal at Anfield, just right. He might have a great goal at Anfield, and people will go, "Oh, look how good he is." We don't want consistency from people, right? Can I read you out some stuff? Does anyone want some really damning stats on Tottenham Hotspur under Angepostecoglou?
Go on.
Are you ready, guys? Right? Listen to this. This is Tottenham Hotspur under Angepostecoglou. Most home games conceded first in a calendar year in 2024. We went 1-0 down in 15 home games during the calendar year, the most ever by a Premier League team in a single year. Worst home winless run since 2008. We went 5 straight home matches without a win in the Premier League at home. Our longest winless run at home since 2008. A year that also saw us pick up their lowest Premier League points total, 52 in a calendar year. Shots faced in a calendar year. In the first 11 games of 2025, we faced 167 shots on goal, averaging over 15 per game. This is more than 40 shots higher than any other Premier League club in all competitions during that period, including the relegation sides. On course for our highest number of losses in a single Premier League season, with 18 currently and 19 being our worst ever under Ozzy Ardiles.
Savva, can I quickly say something, right? Our most ever is 22. ever in the history of the club, by the way.
Yeah, but that's in a
22,
42-game season.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he can beat that if he loses
I know,
every single
I know.
game till the end of the season.
Right.
I just wanted to say that. Sorry.
Most goals conceded in a calendar year since 08, which is in 2024. Longest run of consecutive Premier League defeats in 16 years. We had 4 consecutive Premier League losses between late January and early February 2025. Haven't done that since 08. Most goals conceded in all competitions in a season. By February 2025, we'd conceded 57 goals across 39 games in all competitions, averaging over 1.5 per game, a figure worse than all but Leicester, 62, and Southampton, 63. 3 North London derbies lost in a row for the first time since 89. This has not happened in 36 years. Our worst points tally at this stage of the season since 2009. 0-0 with a part-time side 96 places below us in 90 minutes, a club who literally have part-time workers in retail. We've now lost 6 games pre-international break. Wolves, Fulham, Newcastle, Brighton, Ipswich and Fulham. Tottenham have faced more shots in 2025 than any other team in the Premier League. Tottenham only home win in 2025 have come from Southampton and Man United. Tottenham have now lost the most home games, 8 in a standard 38-game season. We are currently on track to lose 20-plus games in a single season, the most ever recorded in a 38-game year. Tottenham Hotspur's Premier League points per game average is now at 1.11. Honestly, and this person who's put this said, honestly, this is absolutely horrendous to read, regardless of a semi-final. There is absolutely no way in hell this is acceptable.
But then we had to say that we had
I
to
told you about the
credit,
1.1 before you read that out. I haven't even read these stats, and I said 1.1.
But Michael, don't do that, Bob. Don't do that. Putting the hand it, Bob. But my point is though, right. What I'm saying is that people were saying that we need to put credit to him on Thursday when we had to, and that's why I said what I said. Because I knew this was going to happen most of the time. You know what I mean? The thing is ridiculous about this. This could be the most successful manager in the last 2 decades because of that Europa League. This is what we're talking about here. This is what's at stake here. You get what I'm saying?
I do not want a winner's medal around this manager's neck. I want us to go out.
I don't know where to go with this. You know what I mean? I don't know where to go with this. You get what I'm saying? I don't even know what to say anymore. You know what I mean? So this is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's like we could be in a final of a Europa League, and you're saying all these stats, and he still could be in a job. And what can we say to this? You know what I mean? We could put all this all together, but again, the fact is this guy could be the most successful manager in the last 2 decades. What else can I say to this? Can someone answer me? Because I don't know what to say on this. I mean, now the guy's on TV right now explaining himself. I can't put it on loud.
Most of these stats have come from the 08 and 09 seasons, 17 years, and this guy is breaking every bad record you can think of.
And
every single one.
Do you know another thing as well? I mean, I know people don't follow other leagues, other people prefer other leagues. I'd still rather watch Serie A over Premiership all day long, but it's just my type of football. Now, the team I mentioned on there, Roma, they had the shittest start of a season I think I've ever seen them have.
3 managers in a season.
I have seen Roma be as good as it gets, and the only reason they didn't win that league was because Inter Milan bloody manager Jose was just, he had it up there. That was the only thing that done it. Why that? They are now in 6th place. 6th place. And if I'm looking right, they also have a plus 16 goal ratio, yeah? So what that actually shows you, I mean, when we played them, they was at their worst.
Yep.
At their worst. Okay. Go and change your manager. If it's not working and you can just see it blatantly ain't working, you go and do it again. Yes, we get pissed off. Spurs do it all the time. But so does everybody else. How many managers actually usually last more than 18 months? Really? 3 different managers they pulled in to get a job done. They are now on their way for a Champions League place, basically. They are fighting hard. Look how crap they were. Change the manager, change it again, still weren't working, change it again. All of a sudden, they're up in 6th place. Then they've now gone up to 6th place in front of Lazio, Fiorentina, Milan, who were all having better seasons than them at the very start.
At that point, when we played Roma, they were on their 3rd manager. At that point, they were in what, 12th? 13th?
That was lower than that, mate. That was lower than that.
Well, yeah, it
I'm
was
sure
around, because there's only about 18 teams in the Italian league anyway. But it's like, you got to look at what Roma had done. They went through 3 managers and still managed to get rid of 2 or 3 really crap ideas. Bring in a manager that steadied the ship with tactics, players in the right position, playing his style, and they're in 6th.
But he's a manager. He's a manager. He's a tactician, right? He's a tactician. Ange has just gone on. I've been listening. Ange has just gone on live and said, our football was brilliant. We couldn't have played better if we tried. Like, this is just unbelievable, guys. Look, I don't want to go. I am joining Stell's show in a minute. I'm going to redirect everybody over to Stell.
Jump. I'll see you on there. Cheers for having us on, Savva.
I just don't get it, guys.
5 minutes.
I'm going to leave it there, but I will say, a user, thank you. I said rags to Richards for Will Still, FIFA PS to Pro. I don't know what that means, but I really do appreciate FIFA PlayStation to Pro. I really do appreciate you, a user. Thank you very much as usual. What I will say is before we wrap up, please, if you haven't subscribed, please do. We've had a lot of people in here tonight, and if everyone would be so kind to subscribe, that would be amazing. It really does help the channel grow. I try and be as honest as I can. I know some people do not like it, right? But I try and be as honest as I can. I can't keep watching these performances and being told by people, that this is a good manager, that we played well. At this stage, those fans deserve it. I don't care if you're my friend and you're saying it. If anybody watches this and says, we played well, you don't play well by going 2-0 down at home. You don't. What you've done is you've done well to try and get back in the game, but you've left yourself too little too late. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to go and join Stell's show. Everybody in the chat, I'm going to redirect you. So just stay there. It will say click on the Stell's show. See you later. Thanks, Mikal. Thanks, Corey. Thanks, Cookie. Thanks. I was going to say thank me. Thanks, Savva. How arrogant. Thank you, Richard, for doing that show. Take care, everyone. Guys, if anybody at this stage wants this manager in, you are a massive part of the problem at Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Take care.